special presentation, the GEMPC final. We've got at least game one, potentially both games, depending on how time limits and stuff are. Joining me today is Dan, my Holo Theater co-star. How you doing today, Dan?
It's a Saturday morning with Star Wars. What could be better than this?
That's right, that's right. We are hanging out. It's pretty early for us here in the mountain and West Coast, but we're still here, excited to bring you some coverage of Gogolen versus Jared Napolitano. I definitely messed that one up again, but here they go. They getting started. We'll uh, we'll get going here. Looks like we've got Hunt down from Gogolen, Dark Side.
So Gogolen was the higher seed, so he gets a pick. So he's going to go with Hunt down. Interesting.
Hunt down's a good match play deck. Yeah, keeps differential
Yeah.
low, so maybe he's trying to keep this one close and then win with a light side. We've got no idea from
Okay.
Jared. So pretty.
Uh, yeah, we've seen a few of these. We've seen this match. Connor Britton, Stubley. He's really familiar with both of these. He played both these decks at Endor,
Yep,
so
definitely
one
saw
person
that a
who
few
I'd like to get
times.
on these decks, it would be that guy.
Yeah, maybe if
But
he's in the chat, we can hit him up for some tips.
he is. Yeah,
Okay.
he's watching.
All right. How you doing, Stubbs? So Gogolin's going to go with Decree, I Am Your Father, and Imperial Arrest Order start. Definitely a Decree start because of Stardust damage.
Yeah.
And Jared's got Make 10 Men, Feel Like 100, Insurrection, and Walkling. Pretty standard for no idea.
I'm a little bit surprised by the Imperial Arrest Order start for Gogolen, for Gogs.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a good way to get some docking bays out, sort of in the way that like Throne Room plays docking bay puller. But yeah, I definitely don't see Hunt Down start that too often. So, all right, getting going here, and yeah, thanks guys for joining us on the Star Wars CCG Twitch channel. Coming up soon, we'll have the real online MPC. This is the finals for the GEMPC.
Both players are fighting for honor, glory, and the love of one Batmouse.
This is the
Uh,
fourth GEMPC, right? I think Steve Baroni won one, Bastion won one. I can't remember who won that other one that I'm blanking on, but yeah, definitely it's been a good tournament, and it's always fun to do match play. So
it is. I mean, it wasn't really fun for me. I got knocked out in the first round, but you know what? Either way,
yeah,
it's always.
I wasn't in this one, but I was in last year's one, and I got knocked out in the first round. So I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
You and I are both very being knocked out in the first round, especially the MP.
Yep.
One Mr. Scotland Grill has taken us both out.
Yeah. He's always plays crazy stuff. So
He's actually on Gemp right now playing a hyperdrive that starts squadron.
okay,
So
interesting.
Scott, if you're paying attention, very interesting deck. Got a few people watching right now in the on Gemp.
Yeah, I think it says like 11 or 12, at least when I last looked at it. So thanks guys
Uh,
for checking us out.
Not 100% sure, Justin. I'm not clear. Honestly, with the Gemp PC, there's a lot of different rules for it. So
Okay, so we've got Gogolin playing a docking bay, the Cloud City docking bay. So it's a battleground docking bay. It's interesting. I would have expected a
uh,
couple of non-battlegrounds at first just to get the generation going, but
he's probably just playing. He's probably playing the downtown plaza as well. This gives him the way to move around.
okay, yeah, that's a good point. We'll see what he's got in store.
Definitely not a common build. It looks like just because, like I said, playing the docking bay pool or the Imperial Rest Order, playing the Cloud City docking bay, which I said is a battle.
Yeah,
Most of the time with Hunt Down, you want to limit your opponent's generation.
right.
Because
Yeah, I would have
starting
figured
off
like
with
an Executor docking bay or a Death Star 2 docking bay would have been the first one pulled, but maybe he activated something like that first. Who knows? looks like Gog's just going to draw up a few cards, build his hand, see if he can get some location pullers, because I'm guessing he didn't get anything besides the Mustafar Castle. Open-handed that, but
Yeah.
which that's always nice. But
Yeah,
it's
and I mean, I've seen the builds where people just float the Mustafar Castle. I like it. I mean, it's one of the I don't like floating cards myself,
yeah,
just because
you can use that one
you
guy to
get
pull it, the Van A or
yeah.
whatever. He can pull it, so you can run a few copies of him and have him like protect your Visage from getting canceled. That's sort of what I usually end up doing with Hunt Down is run 2 or 3 copies of Van A and then toss him at the Holo Theater and then use him to pull either Vader or Vader's Castle, whichever one you need.
Now the question is, do you think that Jared's going to go down and cancel the Visage's turn, or do you think he's going to go down and Stardust?
I'm guessing he wants to do his thing. But I haven't played a bunch of No Idea. I know it's a pretty popular deck right now. I don't have a ton of experience with it. Saw a few games of it at Endor, obviously, when I was doing commentary there. So I know what it likes to do, but I know Hunt Down is kind of a hard matchup for it. So we'll see. We'll see what Jared decides to go with here.
Jared loses the Tana from his hand. Chris loses You Cannot Hide Forever from his hand. So it looks like he's built for No Idea and more of a mains matchup with the You Can't Hide
See, I'm
Forever.
guessing, yeah, you cannot hide forever is probably his alternate start if he doesn't start
Yeah.
Decree. It's good against Jedi's, and then you can use it to go get like Search and Destroy or whatever if you want to sacrifice it to get a Endor or Death Star 2 effect. So then
Another
Jared,
way for
go ahead.
I was going to say it's a way for him to actually get the Imperial Arrest Order if he has that in his deck. Most of the times you do want.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm curious to see why he's not playing Imperial Arrest Order with Secret Plans.
Yeah, I mean, because, unless he's running
Because
a plethora of ability 2 or 1 Imperials, he's not going to get much of a benefit from that. So maybe this Hunt Down
yeah,
build is a little bit different. Maybe he's got. I remember back in the day when OA was really popular, you saw some Hunt Down decks run like some speeder bikes and high speed tactics and stuff to deal with OA, but I'm not sure if that's what's going on here. I guess we'll just have to kind of wait and see what Gogolen goes with here.
so he gets out home one docking bay. He's only got 7 cards in hand.
Yeah, he lost the Tantive from hand that we saw. I'm guessing he's not expecting there to be a bunch of space interaction with this Hunt Down
No,
deck.
no, you can almost just run if you're running Rogue One.
Yeah,
Almost just run Rogue One and fine in the deck. I mean, at most we might see like a Maul Sith trader,
maybe Emperor
or maybe like
Shuttle.
a Mara and her ship.
Yeah, Mara and her ship or Emperor Shuttle is sometimes popular with Hunt Down players, but we will see. Alright, looks like the stream is running pretty well. 16 viewers. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us this morning. Pretty active chat room as well with some Colorado guys. Team High Ground represent.
He has the beach from here, and okay, so there's the
He
Jin to
does
cancel the
go with
Visage,
yeah, like you said, canceling Visage plan. Go Jin Urso,
and
cancel
he
Visage,
draws
and
up this, and he saves only 1 card. So Jin by herself, I mean, she does draw Destiny by herself, but at the same time, she's really vulnerable there.
yeah, I mean, probably just saving one in case he has to play the Hujix and Gogolen plays first strike or whatever. Um, if you opening
Yeah,
hand the
Chris does have.
go ahead.
I was going to say Chris does have. He did have 10 cards in hand, but now he's down to 9
Get the Blizzard
with the
4.
Blizzard 4. So probably going to see the Vader come down to the beach.
Because, yeah, if you open hand the Hujix for no idea, I'm guessing it's a decent play to go ahead and just cancel the Visage right away. Alright, there's Vader,
There's the
Dark
Vader
Lord. Yep.
and Dark Lord, so that way he can try and choke guys. So Jared needs to get onto the 7th side so that way he can avoid the choke.
Right, and there's also that new, was it Vader's Anger virtual, the new tweak card where you can actually cancels an attempt to cancel a choke, I think is what it does now. Um, so, but that one came out, right? Vader's Anger, the tweak card.
Yes,
Okay,
I believe so.
making sure. I know it was in playtesting for a while, so.
So many cards.
But yeah, Choke Vader is definitely a good call against No Idea because they run so many low ability characters. You can get better trades in that way with choking a
Yeah,
character during battle and then drawing Destiny to remove other characters. So
yeah. I'm gonna say Chris is definitely gonna be running the new Vader's Anger. Not only does it stop the choke destiny or stop your opponent from canceling the choke destiny, it stops them from canceling lightsaber destinies,
right,
uh, and it also cancels It's a Trap, which is definitely
yeah,
a card that
100%.
we see No Idea play a lot.
And it's a Destiny 5, so yeah, definitely a good card for Hunt Down and Dark Side Mains deck in general, especially against No Idea
And
with
it's just a used one that you can
Cycle. Yeah,
cycle.
nice, yeah. So would not be shocked to see that card. That might even be a card that Jared is considering grabber potential. Because that if you want to use the flip side and cancel destinies and weapon draws and stuff, you need to have that card grabbed. I would guess. All right. So now we'll see what Jared does in response to his beach getting invaded. You can still go take Stardust and try to do that, but I mean Decree's on the table, so be a ping of
Still,
one.
still pick one.
Yeah.
I don't know what he can do right now with against Choke Vader because to flip he needs to control 2 locations. I
So there's the Scarif docking base. So maybe he can try to control
Yeah,
those two. But yeah, I think you're right. I'm not a super experienced No Idea player, but you probably don't want to play into Vader and potentially a trample with Blizzard 4.
true,
So
very true. I've seen a lot of No Idea players put the docking bait in between the beach in the data vaults, but
yeah, that
see,
is a good point because that way you could move in between it and not have to go through the beach. All right, it's
okay,
Jared
that's a good card.
projection. Vader doesn't have a lightsaber yet, so
No,
that drain is now just a drain of one.
and Chris would have been able to download the lightsaber with "I Am Your Father," but
Must have activated
decided
it.
not to.
Yeah,
So
I'm guessing it was activated. You just download it next turn. But all right, so now we got
there's Baze.
Baze. Yeah, Baze goes to the data vaults. I'm sure he'll pick up the dust.
Yeah, this is the first game of the finals. Chris decided to go with Hunt Down first, so don't know if they're going to be playing both games, but we shall see. Got 15 people watching over on GEMP. Got
It was 16 last I saw on Twitch, but not looking at it right now. All right, so then he just goes with Baze all by himself to the data vault. So he doesn't draw Destiny on his own.
No, he doesn't draw Destiny. He can fire, but
That's
yeah,
interesting.
he does not draw Destiny on his own. So he's saving 4 cards. So that right there tells me that he's got an It's a Trap.
So
or
yeah,
he's at least
he's definitely
bluffing that he's got an instant trap.
yeah, that's definitely huge because if Gogolen plays into that and has the it's a trap canceller.
Yeah,
I mean, there's other cards that can cancel battles like Stunning Leader or whatever. Blast the Door Kid, I guess, is the light side version. Um, and there's barriers and what have you, but we'll see what. And he didn't pick up.
I hope he's got more than one barrier.
Mm, yeah, he's got 4/4, so he could play. He could play a couple barriers, but
He does have 12 cards in his hand, so got a plethora of cards.
could also be a good point there from Justin. Could be a Rebel Reinforcement Trooper as a react. So not a bad call there.
Here comes the lightsaber. Chris not going to drain.
Yeah, with the projection, I think that makes sense. If you had the lightsaber out, then you probably still drain, but since it's
Yeah.
just pay 3 to drain 1, uh, probably a wise call there. Plus, he's got to pay for Blizzard for his maintenance, so he only has a 12 card force pile.
Oh, there's Maul.
APP Maul for 9 due to the data vault
Yeah.
or the objective text.
Okay, let's see.
Maul by himself,
Okay,
and there's a
there's a barrier.
barrier. We'll see if there's any response to that. Looks like it's going through. Let's see.
I mean, I do like the barrier. Well, I do like this play by Chris
Yeah,
because
barrier
even if
goes
he
through.
barriers the Maul, he to walk Baze out, he has to go through Vader and Blizzard 4.
Right.
That's why I didn't like the play of playing the docking bay where he played it. I like the idea of putting the docking bay in between, especially after getting the knowing that he has projection deck. I mean, he could easily pull the projection walkling after playing the docking bay or before.
Oh yeah, sorry. Adding we are
Oh,
adding Justin Branch Silverglen
got
to
it.
our
Yeah.
commentary. Uh, he had signed up for this one, so we were going to get him added in. Justin, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
All right. Hey.
Oh, hey, Justin.
Oh, now he just hung up. There he is.
Little
There
technical
we go.
difficulties.
All right. So yeah, sorry for the little interruption there, but have you been able to watch so far how this game has gone? We're only on turn 3 so far, so.
I haven't yet. I've literally just logged in, but I would say that having played No Idea quite a lot, Hunt Down is not an easy matchup. Particularly, I'm sure you
Mhm.
guys have covered that already.
Yeah, definitely
And
mentioned
Yeah.
that.
yeah, and it looks like the early pressure is going to be tough.
Yeah, he was able to cancel Visage by putting a Jin Urso over there, and then
Yeah,
went with
power came out.
Baze, and then
Yeah,
barriered them all. So now it's back to Jared's turn, and he'll take the Stardust and start
yeah.
doing some damage
I'm
with
always
that.
surprised why the Maul goes down because he costs 9 there, doesn't he? Because he's not
Yeah,
fit.
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, we saw Gogolen pay the full price for the ball, and he got barriered anyway. So um,
Let's see if I can.
we'll see what happens with Jared's turn here, how he responds to that. At least he's got the Stardust now.
Oh,
He's pinging the
go.
damage from that.
Justin's trying to show up.
Oh, on your camera there. Cool. At least we got clear audio. So,
Yeah.
and we're all
Audio is the important
we're
part.
all tucked into the corner on this stream anyway, so it's not a huge deal. Let me get that actually moved over just a tad.
Yeah.
That's a little better.
Okay, so he loses a sneak attack from his used pile. So yeah, I mean, him playing the sneak attack tells me that he's got a bunch of Imperials of less than ability, 2 or 3.
Yeah, might be a weird hunt down build for sure, but he's still at least got Vaders and Mauls and what have you. So
I would
should
say move the yeah. There you go. Keep moving it down a little bit. CRG. Good morning, CRG.
Oh yeah, friend of the show, CRG.
If you haven't paid attention, CRG has he's got a really good podcast.
Yeah, him and Kendall do a good job with
Yeah.
that bad deck breakdowns. I've definitely listened to a couple of those in the shower. They're pretty good.
Well, I don't want to know what you do in the shower, Jared. Keep that between yourself, the wife, and your shampoo.
All right. Well, normally I would listen in on my drive to work, but I'm not doing that. So gotta listen.
Yeah.
Gotta listen
Yeah.
elsewhere.
We got 20 people on GEMP. Got Charlie Arlen's, JJD.
So we got General Kraken joins Baze, so maybe he's gonna try to start a fight, play keep your eyes open, and try to get rid of that maul or something like that.
Card that you said, I want to say you said that earlier in our Hollow Theater with Justin, that Lightside is going to need to play a lot more.
Yeah, that's gonna
Keep
need
your eyes
a
open. Cards like
Jedi's
that, Jedi's.
concentration, because Maul is a lot more featured in the meta right now with all these SSA decks and evil is everywhere and all that stuff. All right. Oh, and he goes with the
Han chewing the Falcon. Okay.
That's
one of the most broken cards ever made.
Definitely getting a lot of attention. It's just been tweaked fairly recently, so it's pretty strong. Power 8 adds a Destiny to total power. Immune less than 5, all for 6 force. So.
And I mean, you can't. It's immune less than 5. Immune come with me and life debt. So I like the inclusion of the life debt.
So we go into battle at the data vault. Sorry to interrupt you, Dan. He's gonna shoot with Baze at Darth Maul.
Probably gonna miss. Just saying.
It's force field.
Okay. No. I mean, why not shoot? I don't.
Yeah,
I mean, we're probably gonna see a clear here by Chris. Joseph still needs a.
Trying to see if I can help Justin out with some of his technical issues. So yeah, go ahead and carry the load for a minute here.
So Baze is hit, drawing a 6. So yeah, probably gonna see a clear here by Chris. Looks like I'm here by myself.
I'm still here, but here he comes. Now we can see him too.
Wow. I'm trying to connect it. I don't know quite what's happening.
Oh, there he is. Yeah,
I think you're coming through a lot better now, I feel like. So, hey, we can see you.
Yeah, it may just be a bit hit and miss. But
all right. Hey, that's cool. Thanks for at least trying.
Oh.
Did you draw a 0?
So he drew a 1 with Vader, and then he drew a 0 to hit Kraken.
Wow.
Wow. And there's that. I told you earlier, he's floating cards.
So
floating cards hurt you.
Darth Maul just missed a defense value 2 character.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, Baze already got hit, so it wasn't, his sight's still going to clear, but
there's not going to be any overflow or anything.
There's not going to be any overflow anyways.
Oh, wait, hold on. He's playing Force Push.
Okay.
Force Push
like that play.
Exclude.
I like that play.
And that takes away both destinies. Oh, I guess it just ends the battle, right? Yeah. So now Baze just dies.
Baze goes away, but he can still fire again.
Oh, that's right. He does get to do that. Unlikely.
He needs a 6, so but you can retrieve with that. No, only a destiny.
So
he's gonna go.
Yeah.
He doesn't get to retrieve.
No.
Because it's not in the battle.
No, and Kraken's not a spy, is he? So he can't take.
No, he is.
Oh, is he? Okay.
No. You're right. He's a leader, scout, and information broker.
He is not a spy.
Yeah. So no Stardust damage.
But so it just goes back to the data vault, and now we've got.
Yeah. I mean, the way No Idea plays 2 Hujiks, I doubt Kraken's in any trouble particularly, but.
Yeah, he hasn't played any of those yet or lost any of them, so
no.
We were guessing he opening-handed one because he went Jin or so to the Hollow Theater right away, and that screamed having an opening hand Hujiks to us.
Exactly, yeah.
And he's showing 3 force saved almost every turn now.
No Idea should always hold at least 3 or 4 back, threaten the reacting trooper, barrier, all the usual things.
It's a trap.
Yeah.
All right, so now he's gonna force drain for 2 with the lightsaber. Would be 3, but there's a projection there.
Yeah.
How you doing over there, Justin?
Yeah, all good. Just hanging out, just doing a bit of work. Not work today, weekend today, but yeah, we're all good. Thank you.
Oh, you still working?
Yeah, still working from home, but
Oh, that's
yeah,
good.
it's all fine. Not today, obviously, but yeah, it's all good.
All right, so the
Bloody
relatively unprotected and a ensign Chad.
Yeah.
and sad.
Oh, there's Ponda Baba, Dr. Evans combo. Those
Mhm.
guys are always hanging out with Maul,
Just like in the movies.
just like in the
Yeah.
movies. Oh, a search and destroy.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh, that's
definitely
yep.
putting the
So that's
pressure
another
on.
yeah.
Clear the
Yeah.
ground.
So yeah, Chris
Yeah.
is teched out for a lot of different things. Seems like teched out for
Well, Jared's
no
been
idea.
playing Prophet quite a lot and No Idea. So those are probably the two decks that Chris was aware of.
Okay, so
So you're
there's
probably
a
just going to see him hit and then operate, get Kraken off the table here, and then he can start doing search and destroy damage.
Yeah.
that would
Sounds
be
good.
a good plan.
Yeah. And no, keep your eyes open yet.
No,
Haven't seen that
It's
yet.
certainly not grabbed, is it? So
Yeah, we would have assumed a grab on that right away if it hadn't come
definite.
out. So,
Yeah, definite.
all right, so now
Okay.
clears out the Kraken, like you said, operates. So
Yeah.
now he's going to do some search and destroy damage in this draw phase.
Although, if I was No Idea, I'm not overly concerned. Visage isn't pinging, which is big.
mm-hmm.
He's still got the docking bay he can go to, and then he can spread wide. There's, 3 Twixes that he can go to easily, and so I think No Idea is still not in a bad position here.
Yep, I think you're.
Agreed.
And I trust you. I know you've been playing a lot of no idea as well. So
Yeah, I wouldn't be worried. He's got 11 cards in hand. That even with the extra deploy cost to Cloud City Docking Bay, or it's not going to be expensive to spread
right.
and put the pressure back on Chris.
Exactly. And being that Jared has right now at least control of Scarab, the system,
Yeah,
he's not going to be paying to drain, whereas Chris is going to.
exactly. Yeah, and there's not. I doubt there'll be any other systems out. And to be honest, what's he doing? A 1-1 or two? It's not
It's
two and
yeah,
one.
two and
It's
one.
not massive, is it?
2-1. Yeah, the search and destroy damage is starting to kick in, but he
True.
can get that turned off pretty quick.
Try and negate that quickly. It's good that this is working. Good little test.
Yeah, we're definitely getting ready for
Yep.
the MPC stream, which will be one of the biggest streaming endeavors we've ever sort of tackled. Uh,
Yeah.
so thanks again for making time to help us out. And I know you've been willing to pitch in
Yeah.
for the real MPC in a couple weeks. So
Yeah, be
definitely,
happy to help with that.
yeah, we got a pretty sweet plan for in place where we're gonna try to stream as many games as possible and then just host the best game on the main PC channel. So that way, if you
Yeah.
want to see your friend or teammate, you can just watch the individual streamer who's streaming it. But if you want to just see the best game, you just go to the regular channel and that's what we'll be playing. So it should be pretty exciting if
Sounds
we can
good.
pull that off.
So those who are watching, just stay tuned onto the forums, as well as Chris's weekly show, Jerry Mai's weekly show. We'll have more updates regarding it.
Yeah, the
I know
bracket
the
should be
bracket's
coming
gonna,
out soon. Yeah,
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing those.
yeah, it's always a good.
It's a pretty tasty event, I'd say. Some really top level competitors in it. So yeah.
MPC is always a good time. So definitely.
hey,
Looking
maybe
forward
if
to
we
it.
can, if we do this over here, you guys over in Europe can get your guys'
You guys do a Euro MPC, right?
Oh
So,
yeah, we've done. I think we've run one so far, but
So,
we
yeah.
definitely look to run some more. Yeah, it's all feasible, definitely.
It's cool. Like it's good for people who don't always get to be in the top 8 to get to play match play
Yeah.
and do that sort of thing.
And here we go. Here's the spread as we thought
Yep.
probably would happen.
Mhm.
So we've got
I have to
Leia
say, especially
and
with
Cassian.
Chris putting all his main characters at those two sites, he's sort of made it easier to spread as well.
Yep. He also gets Luke out, so he'll flip Hunt down.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I mean, he can ping Vader to the castle and somewhere else, but it's going to take him 2 turns to get anywhere. So,
Yep.
As I say, I think Jared's not in a bad spot with the
No.
visage turned off, because if he had that going, that does start to hurt.
Right,
Definitely.
yeah. And now Search and Destroy is turned off, so
Yeah. So he's got Search and Destroy turned off. He's threatening drains of 1, 1, so 3. So he's threatening a loss of 7 next turn.
Yeah.
So
It's quite a lot.
yeah.
yeah.
For free. Because I think Han Chewy Falcon, that will hold down Scarif. It should do. It depends what Chris has got, but
yeah, we haven't seen anything in Chris.
Emperor's Shackle, that could do something.
Yeah, and Jared did already lose a Tantive from hand to the first visage damage, so
yeah, but now he's flipped as well, so he's got that protection, weapon protection, which is good. But it does mean he can't pull any more ships. So I assume Jared's got a few in those 8 cards.
Oh, and I like this because Ezra is down over at the meditation chamber. He can either reduce Chris's activation, or
gives extra
Jared
force.
can now activate. Yeah, he can activate too. And Chris says that he wants Jared to activate the 2 extras. So now he's got 4 cards in his pile.
Yeah, Gogolen didn't have any force saved, and it was only getting 12. So like going down to
Can't
10,
afford to give those
that's tough. So yeah, Ezra is kind of a cool card.
The new Mike Jemp card.
Yeah, it's a good card. That it's always a shame when you have to play it to your own site. Because you've got no one else in hand for no idea, but it's great when you can spread like that.
So we get 4 strain from Gogolen.
He's paying 6 here to drain for 3. It's just not going to get him anywhere.
And being that Maul, Dr. E, and Vader are already on the table, Jared's got to be thinking to himself, well, who does he have left?
True.
Mara.
So you've got Mara.
Dooku.
Dooku, exactly. Grievous, maybe some other P-59s, but he's got the weapon protection out now. And to be honest, Stardust, the ping is great, but he started Decree, so it would only be 1 anyway. It's not worth sacrificing going to the Vault this stage.
Yeah.
Okay, so he loses Wedge in Red Squadron 1, and he wears Han.
Which is used, That's the card that people are now playing to pull Han Chewy Falcon. Mm-hmm. And also it's good against other map if you need to pull a resistance character or whatever it may be.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Here comes Vanny. Vanny coming down to the Hollow Theater.
Try to clear Jinner, so...
Well, not only that, he could also trying to put out Visage. I mean, he would lose cards to redeploy to Visage.
Yeah.
But having it down there just for that threat of the extra damage would be really good.
Yeah. I assume he's got a React Canceller in hand. With 4 force, you've got to assume that Jared's going to try and deploy those troopers, so...
Yeah, or it's a trap, or blast the door
or something.
Or something.
Yeah.
Well, he played the masterful move last turn to pull the Gix.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't Git combo though, was it?
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see what else Gogolen's got in store here.
He's not got much force to work with. That's definitely a problem for him here. He's what's he? What else would he have been playing?
Because I mean, we haven't seen the flagship bridge, and he accelerates, and he
and no Sonics.
Nope.
No. And he used Paul. He's going to say he got the downtown plaza for or weapon destinies.
So yes, he is probably running Sonics and that, but he hasn't been able to find that. And we saw that docking bay puller to start with. We assumed some non-battleground docking bays like Executor docking bay or a
for the throne room matchup or something. Yeah.
And
it's often harder for No Idea if he goes straight to the Cloud City site because he threatens a drain of 3 there. Plus he can protect Visage easier. So I think that's harder sometimes for No Idea if Hunt Down actually don't deliberately contest sites as well.
Yeah.
So if Chris battles here, he won't get the extra destiny with Tarkin. Vanny's not a leader. He did activate 1 with Vanny, so he's got 5 left. So maybe he's got like a Canos or a Min in his hand or something.
Yeah, I mean he knows that Jared has the Hujik, so I don't think going for a beatdown on Jin is that good of a play here. Just wants to get.
He probably wants to just probably keep 1 character alive and move over to try and block the Ezra drain, perhaps.
Yeah.
Although No Idea can, of course, move Ezra in its control phase now.
Yeah.
Because it's flipped.
So battle's there. So yeah, it's just 6 power to 4 power and 1 destiny for each. So we'll see if Jared reacts with anything, but I don't think he'll have to here.
Might, yeah, depends. I think he's weighing it up, isn't he?
Yep.
I mean, Jared's already putting a lot of cards on the table, a little bit more than Chris.
Yeah, just there's
Ooh,
a
I've told-
6 for destiny. Genero's
draw.
forfeit should still cover, I would guess, unless Jared draws terribly here.
Yeah, there's no overflow.
Yeah,
No
so
overflow.
yeah, it's
and
7
and the
to-
retrieve.
Yep.
And the retrieve off that, and a peek at the hand. There's all good synergy there.
Yeah, because now Jared has a better idea of what Chris has in his hand.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep, Jin covers everything, so probably going to lose his heart. I was going to say, might want to lose Tarkin, lose Vanny instead.
Okay.
I would rather keep
Vanny
I would
gets you
rather
more
keep the Vanny
force.
just for the extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the
Definitely.
force from Vanny, and then you get Tarkin. You get the ability to use Tarkin elsewhere. So there's a reason why Chris is still playing, and I'm out in the first round.
Tarkin's
Although I
probably
have to
better
say, I
on his
think it's-
own, but
One of the best things No Idea can do is strand important characters at useless
Mhm.
places.
yeah,
Yeah,
as we're potentially seeing here.
Yeah.
Now he's
Now he's
gonna
gonna
move
move.
away from the data vault. Vader's gonna get aboard.
Oh, no,
Maul
he's-
gets on Blizzard.
Maul
Okay.
gets on, and then you're going to see the Blizzard 4 go over in front of the docking bay of Cassian.
Okay.
All right, so then you just have Evazin and Ponda Baba by themselves again, and then Vader by himself.
I wonder if maybe he plays the infiltrator, wants to get Vader up to space, potentially getting him out to the docking bay might be
Oh, okay, yeah.
something that
another
could
good
happen,
point, yeah.
perhaps.
Let's see what happens here.
Tarkin's stuck over at the Holo Theater, though.
Yeah, he didn't move Tarkin in front of Ezra,
No, so it's a drain of 4.
but he does now have 3 battlegrounds, so he can
Yeah.
pull resistance. So that
Not
was
that
that
he
wouldn't
needs
do
to
anything
yet,
here.
but yeah.
So yeah, he'll be pulling resistance now that he's got 3 of the Scarif's sites occupied, and that'll prevent that drain from being absurd.
Well, I mean, it's only a drain of 2.
Yeah. It's just 2.
Oh, it's 2. Okay, I thought it was
Yeah.
Yeah, the plus
I thought
one's
it
on
was
the
a-
other side.
That's right. Yep, my bad.
Yeah, the light side
Or the-
text there only cancels the dark side text.
That's right. Yeah, I had the sites backwards. I thought the Holo Theater granted, or the other one did. So, my bad.
Yeah, or it's the Imperial Square, which is plus 1.
Yeah.
Make it a drain of 3.
Yeah.
Correct.
So Chris loses Point Man, Arsing with Blaster Rifle, and a Phantom Menace. Well, the Phantom Menace is from hand, so
The
that
point,
makes it.
point
I mean,
man might hurt.
yeah.
Aura
Same with
Singh
the
is
Aura.
also a good EPP character. Just clear out of sight. Just send her against Ezra or against Leia or something. But
Yeah,
And
she's
he
been a really good
loses-
mini main, a really good ad. That
yeah,
set 12.
Yeah. And then he loses a Cold Feet off the top too.
Dang.
So I
Oof.
mean, he lost some high Destiny cards, and he lost some useful cards here.
Yeah.
Chris is still sitting pretty good. I mean, he's got 28 in his life force. Jared only has 24. So
Yeah.
the difference is only by 2 if you include the hand.
Yeah, Jared's had to deploy a little bit more
Yeah.
so far.
But
this
it's almost time to docking bay Luke and Cassian over to Cloud City, isn't it? And just evacuate Scarif. It's probably is it worth fighting there?
Yeah,
I mean,
looks-
I was going to say you could probably go against Dr. E and Ponda Baba.
Yeah.
maybe try to pit the
It's just you've got
Stardust.
Luke's a little bit stuck though, isn't he, with Cassian? But
Yeah.
because normally the beach is where you want to be because you get all the power adders.
Yeah, but Vader's got the beach
He
on lockdown
has.
right now.
The beach is closed. Everybody go home for the summer.
Yeah, I mean, Scarif should be under Imperial control. It's an Imperial base.
Right. Like, I'm wondering when we're gonna get like a dark side Scarif stuff.
I thought it would have been cool if we took Rops and made it Dark Side Scarif instead of just re-virtualizing it as Rops.
Yeah.
And then these two decks would have been
Cool.
like constantly fighting each other. But yeah,
Yeah.
can't undo the past.
Nope, just learn from it.
See what Jared's going to do. I wonder if he'll take Dr. Everson out, as you say, then move everyone over to the beach with Stardust, so you've got the extra power. You've got your flipped, so you've got the protection.
And then you can also cancel
the choke or whatever else interrupts you
Yeah.
may have in hand.
And then you can probably cancel the Battle Destiny as well with Cassie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty well protected there. Let's see what he does.
All right. Yes, I guess it's
Yeah,
on his battle.
probably Dock and Bay Transit Luke over with Leia just to get him safe, so that way Chris is on the 0 side all game. Oh, he's gonna
okay.
Leia.
Leia over in front.
And
Interesting.
so now he's going to be suffering search and destroy damage.
Well, no, he wouldn't. He has a character at a battleground.
Oh.
He moves Luke over.
And there
Okay.
goes Luke.
So he just
Okay.
swaps Luke and
Oh,
Leia,
that's right.
and that costs him 4 force to do that.
Yeah, I don't get that. But his hand, he might need to do some restocking.
Yeah, that's fair. And it keeps Luke on the table, so Hunt Down stays flipped.
Flipped.
But I mean, Visage isn't out, so that's not that big of a deal.
Luke is pretty vulnerable right there, though.
Agree.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's,
But, I mean, Chris.
I'm just saying it's an external site, isn't it? So Blast the Door Kid won't work. So he's got to have an It's a Trap. So see what happens.
Yeah, and Chris only has 6 cards in his hand.
True.
But yeah, Leia and Cassian against EPP Maul and Blizzard 4 seems a little scary.
Yeah, he must have some good evasion in hand.
Yeah.
I can only assume.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got the keep your eyes open.
Oh well, he's cycling cards around now. So
Yeah, he played an Escape Pod, but not to pull a Hoojix because he's already done that. So he just played it to cycle it.
And we already know that there's 1 point Chris's lost piles, so Jared has to be thinking to himself, there goes 1, so the chances of having another one are a little bit slimmer. So if he does have a keep your eyes open, he's feeling a little bit better at this point.
He's gonna drain for 2 at the beach.
that's all he can do, really, isn't it?
Yep.
And again,
Battle
Chris
at the 2 docking bays and see what happens.
And Chris wants Jared to activate 2 instead of limiting himself by 2.
Yeah, Jared already had
He
a
can't
huge
afford to
force
limit
pile.
himself by 2, definitely.
Loses
Jared just loses
Torn
guts.
Far and Guts.
Okay.
Yeah,
So Torrin Far's been a really good card. I've seen Tom Damon play that successfully. Matches with evac really well, and it's quite good against Court in the space battle, so it works quite nicely.
Yeah, she's definitely a pretty cool character. Alright, so now we're going to battle at the docking bay with Leia and Cassian, but nothing goes up against Luke, so Luke is going to... Maybe Gogolen just doesn't have any characters in hand, or...
Yeah.
And we don't see any...
No keep your eyes open.
Nope.
Yeah.
He's just going to hope that...
Or...
Yeah, Cassian and the objective will keep him safe, maybe.
Yeah, now there's that Vader's Anger card, so I wonder if there's that 0 again.
Wow.
Why Small has drawn that 0.
Yeah, if he just would have gotten a 1, he would have hit.
Yeah, that's huge, yeah.
That's crazy.
And he's trying again.
Swing at Cassian again.
This is not going to hit.
Yeah.
There's a 1. Oh my god.
And he'll cancel with the objective. Cancel the Battle Destiny with Cassian.
Yeah. He doesn't need to.
It doesn't even hit.
It misses again.
Man. That's some rough luck.
I feel like Gogolen always has really bad luck on stream.
Yeah.
Well, Hunt Down typically has good destiny, so
Yeah.
that is unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we did see him lose, what, 2 5s and a 7 last turn? I mean, the 7 was from his
Offset
hand,
those.
but
Yeah,
still. And he draws
Oh.
a 3 for Destiny, but here comes Cassie
Get cancelled.
next.
Yep. Uses Cassian.
There we go. There we go.
Man, that's rough for Gogolen.
Yeah, it's not happening, is it?
No. And as long as Jared draws a 3 here for Destiny, he... Oof.
That's okay.
Yeah, he doesn't get to retrieve there, but... Yeah,
No,
now he
but
has
it's just, he's still got to lose. He's still got 7.
Cassian in 2.
Yeah, more than he'd have hoped. As you say, a 3 would have been perfect, Dan.
But at least Maul gets to stick around for Chris.
Yeah. I'm just surprised in that hand of 10 he had nothing, no reacts, no nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
Agreed.
evasion.
Nothing.
It's a trap.
No Jedi Levitation to redraw that Destiny.
No.
Yeah. So he actually
So
loses
Cassian
Cassian.
covered.
Yeah, Cassian covered, so he just...
Cassian covered. So
Oh, that's right, because of Turek.
yeah.
Alright, so that worked out just about as well as it possibly could have for Jared, I'd say.
Yeah.
Gets to keep Luke
completely.
on the table and didn't get cleared
Yeah.
from that site, so...
And there's no point moving Tarkin over because he'll just move
He'll just move Ezra in
Ezra
control
over.
phase.
So
It's a drain of 2
like
either way.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
The only advantage is getting a rebel out of the lost pile, but
Mm-hmm.
not really. Unless lost piles are going to count. But you know.
Which, yeah, I guess they would in a match play format, but...
Exactly.
the good thing for Chris is he still has a lot of cards left in his life force.
Yeah, he's losing 4, isn't he, again now?
Yes.
Yep.
Hmm.
And he's paying for a drain of 2, is all he's
2.
doing. So,
Yeah. I imagine we're going to see Dr. E get killed this turn. I'd imagine so.
I'm a little surprised Chris didn't move Dr. E over with Vader.
He didn't want to give up the vault, did he?
yeah.
No. I mean, he's got the Gick in his hand, so...
Oh, there we go.
There it is. There's
Chris
a Sonic
is finally
bombardment.
going to pull that
Yeah.
downtown plaza.
Has he got both in there? Which ones are you going to put?
I'm not sure.
He's got
Yeah,
both
he
in
No,
there.
he
takes
pulls
He's
it
got
down.
both in there.
I'll tell you what, if this is a real life game and you got extras, I'm taking that card out and ripping it after the game.
You definitely drew it twice for weapon destinies this game.
Yeah.
So, not cool.
Oh, and then he
Yep.
loses it.
And there goes the Sonic bombardment that he used and the downtown plaza.
He's ripped it up, Dan.
Yep.
Pretty much. Drain of 1 at Scarif is a Vader from hand. And then there'll be
I
a
like
drain
the
of
choke.
1.
I like the choke Vader, but I still think
No, he's good.
Emperor's Enforcer's better in this matchup.
And there's the security tower.
Wow.
He won't be drawing any more zeros. He also won't be getting any
Hopefully.
more force. But he doesn't need it
Yeah.
at this point.
I mean, he can use it because I mean he's only activating 12,
Yeah.
and at some point he's got to say to himself, do you want Jared to have more force in his force pile?
Well, I think, yeah.
And there
This looks
goes Chris's advantage with life force, just
Yeah.
like that.
Okay, Jared tries to play a docking bay with insurrection. I'm sure that fails.
But yeah, I think that at this point, if he doesn't move, if he doesn't have any characters or any of his hands, gotta see Leia
No.
get off Scarif.
Okay. So for no idea, that's a great reserve deck because it means that 5 is great. Okay, the 1 is disappointing, but as generally, if it's a 1, you're going to be retrieving it at force
Right.
when you pull it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
we
not
know-
the end of the world.
I was gonna say we probably one of those ones is a ray.
But
5-1-5-1.
But yeah, this game is
I can't
So
see
far
no idea
cannot-
battling probably anyway. But
No.
Ooh, interesting. He plays evac control.
yeah, as like I said earlier, it pairs up really nicely with Torrin Fast.
Oh. So there's the 2/5. So we know that that one
Right.
card left is
It's
a ray.
Ray.
But I like the addition of the two different Lukes. He's got Luke
Yeah, I've
with lightsaber. He's got
experimented with,
regular Luke.
Yeah, I've experimented with either 2 space Lukes or one of
Mhm.
each, and it does give you variable options. I think ultimately the 2 space Lukes to me is the preference, but he obviously felt it was important to have variants.
Because, yeah, I mean, your Destinies aren't great, so EPP Luke's not likely to hit anybody, consistently, especially
It's-
early game. But maybe late
exactly,
game, he can
yeah.
be a good late game tool for sure.
Okay, so here comes Taidu.
He gets to draw the bottom card of used when Taidu is deployed.
Well, we know that one is going to be. If he battles here, he's still going to be able to get rid of Maul.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just trying to percentages. I know without knowing his hands, it's difficult, but it seems like a unusual
Yeah.
play. I mean, I'd watch one with going to the castle
Mm-hmm.
and moving Leia docking bay transit
Yeah.
away. I mean,
Yeah, because with Maul sitting there, he's not really doing anything.
All right,
You know,
Chris
unless
is
you're gonna
Chris
hit-
is going to
unless
pay
you're
to drain.
yeah,
for
but, I mean, you're
one.
clearing Maul at a one drain site. It doesn't seem,
Yeah,
and then Maul can come down somewhere else. I'm not
exactly.
so he still does go to the castle with Chirrut,
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he goes to the commando team and Taidu.
Oh, you know what it is? So those guys can deploy -1 there. So now he can
Yeah.
docking bay transit for 1.
mm-hmm.
So he saves himself
Yeah,
1
yeah.
force.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm.
Let's see what he does.
Oh, I see what you're saying. He's just deploying there to get the bonus.
Yeah, the deploy bonus.
Because remember, they
Yeah.
errated 10 men. So
So yeah, you
Yeah.
only get to deploy modifier.
Which was a sensible errata. That was a good thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
100%.
right thing to do.
Yeah, I feel like that was a good change. There's no reason why they need to go everywhere with that deploy bonus. So
yeah. And we know he's got the keep your eyes open.
one of them's on evacuation control, which means he couldn't play it this battle.
Nope,
That-
he's just going to stack there and just let everything sit. So
Yeah,
interesting.
Because of course, what he could have done is activate everything, deploy Taidu for 1. He'd have got Ray because that would have been the card, and then with Chirrut he could have recirculated,
Yep.
and he'd have got Ray into hand that way.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good idea.
Yeah, a lot of people forget about that Chirrut text. It's really powerful.
Yeah, especially late game when you need to like deploy something but still battle that turn or whatever. Like, yeah, definitely good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's even better if they leave just 1 force behind for Destiny, and Chirrut can move it if he's in battle.
Gogolen elected not to let Ezra Bridger activate 2 force for light side, so he took 2 less, maybe to avoid an it's a trap or some other.
It's a little bit
evasion.
worrying that Jared's running down his life force to 11. He's got 12 in hand,
Yeah.
but you know,
Yeah, well, playing that evacuation control essentially like took 3 life force out of his deck.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
see the purpose behind
Well,
that.
not only that, I mean, that took away 4 cards that he could possibly lose to a drain.
Yeah.
So,
I was a little
And-
confused
and-
at the evac for sure.
being that Tarkin's all the way over at the Hollow Theater, I really don't see any Destiny adders from Chris. I mean, we haven't
Broken
seen
Fett
any
may happen,
space.
but
Yeah, broken Fett. Okay, here's a rescue.
just
a-
grab that, won't he? Or maybe he'll save it for keep your eyes open. But
'Cause he doesn't have a lot of. I mean,
He grabs.
okay, so he's grab that, but so now he's got. If he drains, he's got 9 cards to work with this turn.
he's going to have to drain the beach. He's got to keep that.
Yeah.
He's got to keep that force momentum loss coming through, because
It's
otherwise,
the only pressure he's doing.
yeah. But I still don't understand leaving 3 guys in front of them all who swings twice, unless you've got. Keep your eyes open.
He might run 2, and just there's one
Yeah,
on
yeah.
evac, and there's no one in his
You
hand.
should run 2. No idea.
Mhm.
Should run 2 definitely.
Especially with that he's running Han chewing the Falcon. solo,
Yeah.
so he's not going to be able to play it twice.
Exactly. Yeah. I think most lists play 2.
Yeah, we got a question in the chat. Why not beat up Dr. E and just move away? Yeah, I agree. I think that would have been a better play because then you could also have the if you beat up Dr. E, you still have 2 guys there, and
And
then
you
you
get
also grab
Stardust.
Stardust. Yeah, and you can
Yeah.
start doing that extra point of damage. So
Yeah, that might have been
It,
a better play.
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
I like Chariot to the
Maybe.
castle for sure, but
yeah,
Yeah. Whether is he going to move? He's going to have to move Vader to the castle next, isn't he? Though Gogolen. So see what happens. Unless he's got something to come down with, but
yeah.
he's only got what 9 force.
I mean that's a P59. That's a Mara.
P59 ain't doing much.
Aura Singh
Mara
with
ain't going to hit
Blaster.
everyone.
Well, I mean P59 is at least getting rid of Shirut.
Oh yeah,
still
yeah,
draws this.
yeah.
I mean, you're not trying to hit; you're trying to
No.
get rid of a guy.
So yeah, Jared
I think
loses.
that's a good, but that's just such a
Blounce
good trade for
and-
no idea, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a really good
Interesting that
trade.
he lost 2 characters.
Who
Oh,
was
Up
that?
there's a 4 against Luke.
He's gonna try to download somebody.
Someone's there.
Not sure. There's
He didn't check his deck, so he. But
Izar,
oh yeah, Izar left.
just forfeit fodder. Just covers for 5.
Yeah. and then this keep that force back for Blizzard's maintenance.
Yep.
Yeah, and
That'll
if he
clear
gets rid of Luke,
and flip hunt down.
he can then throw down Visage next turn.
Well, he can flip, and then he can leave Leia well alone because she can't drain then.
Exactly.
So Maul can move over. He's just a little bit he's just a couple of force short, really. I wonder if it was worth
Well, I mean,
playing
the thing
Isard
is,
because then he could have moved Vader over and Maul over. They're doing
but Jared takes Luke off of evac control.
there you go.
So. Maybe we see Luke come down against Dr. E next turn. That would make him power -3. And if he's got another dude, that's forfeit fodder. And then Luke could just sit there at the data vault. I mean, Luke's not a spy, but
Yeah, won't be able to take the Stardust, but yeah, it seems reasonable. We'll see what happens.
yeah.
Either way, either Blizzard's going or Vader's moving to the castle, or it's another drain of 2, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
He kept the Blizzard.
We haven't got there yet.
I guess he hasn't paid for it yet, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like
he
keeping
just
the Blizzard here.
might just sacrifice it and still pay the 1 to move Vader over.
Yeah.
Then that leaves the beach unoccupied. I guess he has to move Malm over next turn.
Well, actually, you know what? I keep the Blizzard because you need.
Well,
Want to keep him off the table.
If you pay Blizzard for his maintenance cost, then you can't move Vader.
Yeah.
You either do one or the other this turn.
I mean, Jared doesn't have a lot of cards left in Life Force. He's only got, 10? So he's got 21 cards to work with. Chris has 28. So essentially, Chris is up by 7 cards.
Sounds like Justin's gonna bail on us here, but thanks for hanging out for a little bit.
Take care, guys.
It was great having you.
Later,
Appreciate
Justin.
it.
Thanks, man.
Cheers, Dan.
That was fun having Silver Gold
Yeah.
on there. He's a jolly old fella.
Well, I wouldn't say he's old.
He's older than I am.
Everybody's older than you, Jerry.
Just about, I guess. Just about.
The only person who's younger than you is Mishki.
Well, yeah, the Walseth kids.
Okay,
are all...
so
he doesn't move Vader over.
doesn't move Vader, and
Still
Blizzard 4 goes
sacrifices.
away.
Okay.
So he just saves 1 card. I don't like that. He had to do something there.
Yeah, that is a little weird. That is a little weird.
Okay, I mean, The good thing for Jared, I mean, the good thing for Chris right now is Jared's only got 9 cards left
He is
in
pretty
his force
low.
pile.
He is pretty
Yeah.
low. He's got 10 total life
So
force.
probably going to see him. He's got to abandon Scarif.
But he's draining 5. Like,
Well, I know he's training for 5, but he's got to abandon Scarif.
yeah.
Do you want to get rid of the green
The what?
the green blocks on Twitch or on Discord? Yeah. Okay, so loses force field, force lightning. He loses another Tarkin, and he loses the Emperor. So Chris is losing big death. That's the other thing. He's not losing anything from his hand. He's losing it from life force. I don't like that.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, he's got to have cards in his hand that he can just throw away at this point.
he does have 8 cards in hand. So he's still ahead in life force
Yeah,
15 to 10, but he's getting drained for 5 a turn and only doing,
two.
potentially 3 a turn that he would have to pay 6 to do. He's really only been doing that 2 drain at the beach, yeah. I mean, this one should end up to be a pretty close game, you
Yeah,
know.
it's gonna be really close just
If
because Jared has only 10 cards in his life force,
Yeah, I mean, he's got 11 cards in hand, so like you said, he can maybe last a little longer with some hand advantage. But I imagine
and we know
whoever
that he's got a Luke in his hand.
he's
So
got the
what I'm
EPP
thinking he
Luke, yeah,
does, yeah, what I'm thinking he does is he drops down Luke to Cloud City, and he just abandons Scarif at this point. There's no reason to stay there. He's not going to pick up Stardust. He's only going to be blocking a drain of 1 at this point, unless he moves everybody over to the beach. Nope, he's not going to do any of that. He's going to play Ray.
well, he can still move people over
Oh,
instead
he
of
can still move people over, but
but Ray doesn't flip um,
yeah.
hunt
So if he
down.
moves Leia over, she's not going to do anything. What he could do is he moves Taidu and the Endor Beat Squad over with Ray, and then he moves Leia in front of Vader. He's got the Hojix in his hand.
Yeah, it seems like such a low tempo play. He could still
It
actually put the Luke out. He
he
has 5
could, but then
force, then he wouldn't be able to docking
I
bay
mean
transit.
he wouldn't be able to docking bay transit. He doesn't have a life force saved. Chris throws down first strike.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I don't know why he did the Ray play, unless he wanted to get a card from his use
Yeah, it's
pile,
just a very important card that he needed. There's
and he throws
Galen.
down Galen. Now, I mean, Galen could get rid of the Search and Destroy.
But he hasn't been losing force to that
Yeah,
anyway.
I'm,
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I see why Galen came down to. That's all he does.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Um, Now the nice thing is with Galen, he can actually use the 2 force to switch the numbers here.
Yeah, for
In a
Battle
Battle Destiny.
Destinies. Yeah, because I mean,
So
typically, Hunt
if
Down
Chris draws
draws
like
high.
high,
Yeah,
yeah, you can switch it.
we'll see.
I mean, the most that Chris would do here is get rid of 3 guys, so that would save 1. But again, I don't.
Yeah, the just Ray over there play didn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah,
I would have thought Luke and then docking bay transit over, or just Luke to Dr. Evanson's site, clear him, something like that, like you had said. So definitely doesn't make the most sense. So
but I mean, if you're Chris at this point, you got to be thinking to yourself, okay, Jared's not really doing much. He's not threatening Doctor E. He's not doing anything with the drain with Vader. So he's got to be thinking to himself, okay, I'm not sitting too bad. Now, I mean, Chris did save. He only saved 4 cards, so that right there is telling me that he's only going to be swinging once,
he actually just activated one more, so he only
unless.
has 3.
Okay, so yeah, he's only swinging once. One of them is going to be canceled with the objective.
Unless he has Vader's anger.
Yeah, unless he has Vader's anger, but
I wouldn't want to fight that big stack of dudes. Like,
no. I mean,
Even
he's
it
got the Gick in his hand, but you're going to get Maul off the table. I mean, Maul's not really
kicking
doing much.
kicking your own battle is usually never
It's
a good
yeah,
idea. But I guess if you figure you can clear the site, like, you know, hit
but
two
he's not going to be able
characters,
to.
draw Destiny. But yeah, he doesn't have enough Destiny draws to hit two characters. You're right. So
Yeah, and like we said earlier, Jared could just switch the numbers.
yeah.
But okay, so Jared is basically out of space. He's lost Attentive. He's lost Bright Hope. He's lost Profundity. And
Okay, so
hopefully,
he does go Visage like you had mentioned. Now that
there we
he's
go.
flipped.
See, I like this. So, and I mean, Chris isn't going to be losing anything. Luke is still in his hand. So Jared's going to have to lose a card for not putting out Luke last turn.
Yeah.
That's now. I mean, we could see like Ezra move, like drain, and then move over,
But
and
still, I
then put a
mean,
guy down there.
if it's your battle though, you forfeit
Well, no,
first. So like he'd have to
well,
put
yeah,
someone
he
else
would have to
down.
put a sec. Yeah, you'd have to put somebody else there, and then keep the Ezra there. So I want to say that's what he should do. Okay, Chris has a 3, a 6, and a 4.
Okay.
So, and all of those guys there are higher than the 4.
Yep. Doesn't look good for. I don't know. I think this one's gonna go
I don't know.
Darkseid's way, but just by like 5.
I'm not even thinking 5. Okay, so this is a smart move by Chris
So
because
he's gonna
now
hold the Visage down.
he's going to be able to hold the Visage down.
Yep.
Okay. Visage is the card. I mean, we all know that Visage is a great card, especially for like at this point.
It's the difference in this matchup though.
But
Like,
now this is going to be this is going to be the difference.
yeah.
Okay, so Maul goes in front of Ray. Probably we might see. I don't see Vader move over.
No, because Leia can't. They can't drain there because it's a Skywalker.
Oh, that's right.
Because you're
That's
flipped.
right.
So until he
Yeah.
puts Luke out, he can't drain wherever he has a Skywalker.
But he's still taking 5 force.
It still would be 2 at the castle, 2 at the whole executor site, and then 1 at the system. So, and he's not paying for his drains.
No, and we know that Jared has. He has got 1 keep your eyes open on the evac control, which unfortunately, if he throws down the Luke to where Ray is, it's not going to do anything. I mean, he could throw down the Luke to where Leia is to flip
then it flipped
Chris back.
Yeah, that's probably he's gonna go there or to Dr. Evans's site and clear Dr. Evanson. But
he's only got 9 force. That's the problem.
yeah,
Luke costs 5.
yeah. So yeah,
So,
probably just stack him at the docking bay.
I'm a little surprised that Chris didn't throw down Isard to the Yavin 4 War Room. So that would have been a drain of 2.
He pulled
He
Iceheart with Blizzard 4, and then
I'm
lost
just
her in
saying.
that same battle. Yeah, I think he ever had Iceheart in his hand
Yeah.
to make that play.
So now we got Visage. Loses Saw Gerrera. Saw never came down.
Nope. Oh, okay, and now Jared does get some weapons display retrieval there because he put
Mhm.
Kyrkanos
And he
out.
retrieves Saw.
Retrieve
So he
Saw
lost
right
Saw
back.
from hand, and now he was able to retrieve him.
And you can, yeah.
Wow.
It activates everything. Jared does. Excuse me.
Yeah.
He's going to drain for his 5.
Have either player said anything to you about playing their second game?
I haven't heard. I figure we'll know shortly after. This one seems like it's going a fair amount of time, so I mean, we'll see if they want to play because it's been over an hour since they started. But they did leave the option open that they might play both games um, to finish this off. Otherwise, we'll either do it later today, tomorrow, whenever they decide. See, I'd be okay with doing it.
Sam.
Might need to take a 5 minute break, get something in my stomach for lunch. But other than that, yeah, I'd be fine with doing the next one if they decide that's what they want to do.
Chris loses Pawn to Baba hand. He loses another Vader, and then he loses the 6, the 3, and then
Palpatine.
the 4 from the top. So now we knew what his destinies were, so
Yeah,
now we
now we
don't
don't.
know.
Yeah, we knew it was 634, but now he loses those three. Gogolen's got 10 life force, and Jared's at 11. They both have
Yeah, so
6 card hands.
Jared has advantage by 1.
Yeah,
There's the Luke.
yep.
Probably, I would say we see the Rey move over to Scarif.
Yeah.
We, that's going to cost what, 3?
The docking bay transit. It's at 2
Yeah,
force.
2, and then your docking bay plus 1. So it's going to
Okay,
cost 3.
so it would be 3, right? Yeah, I forgot about the
So
Scarif one.
maybe we see somebody go in front of Vader.
Maybe.
Doubt it. Because, I mean, if he moves Rey, he's not going to move somebody in front of Vader. Well, if he moves Rey, we might see somebody go in front of Vader. Just for the blocking of the drain.
And then kicking
He's
it
got
or
the
something.
Hojix. Yeah.
If you're gonna do
But
that, you probably just put Luke. Or I guess maybe not. You maybe don't want it to be Luke. You want it to be someone else.
no.
So
Leia, I think at this point Leia is expendable.
that's fair.
Saying. Don't let the other game cut into WrestleMania.
Plus, she can't be choked.
No, she can't be choked.
She's immune to that stuff.
Yep, and she's defense value 5, so the likelihood of her being hit. Now she doesn't draw Destiny there, but or does she?
Leia?
Yeah. If with an Imperial leader, okay, so she would draw Destiny because I don't believe this Vader is leader.
She draws 1 battle destiny if unable to otherwise.
True, but if it's with an Imperial leader, she draws for attrition or for
Right.
power.
So that's May. You can either choose to do one or the other. But yeah, Vader's not a leader anyway. So is he? I don't think that version is a
No,
leader.
no.
Yeah, it's just.
I think that's the only Vader that's not a leader, which is kind of funny.
No, yeah, I know Lord Vader is a leader, and
Yeah, Lord Vader's a leader.
I don't think the EPP version is.
No.
Which that makes sense. All right, so now we got.
Loses a Gick from hand.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna need a Gick. Honestly, I don't think Jared's looking to get into any fights the rest of this game. Jared's just looking to hold these 4 strains. Just don't let the game cut into WrestleMania. All right, Grady, we'll do what we can. I didn't know they were still doing WrestleMania, even with all this Corona stuff.
Yeah.
Is it? I guess it's gonna be no fans in attendance. So Gogolen's got 7 cards in force, 5 cards in hand. It's been a pretty entertaining match, even without a lot of battling.
Oh.
A lot of maneuvering and figuring out what they're gonna do.
So apparently regular Vader's not a.
Yeah, I was wondering about regular Vader. And then once we started down that path, so is it only Lord Vader and Emperor's Enforcer that are leaders? Just those 2?
Yeah.
All
Surprised.
Right. I would have guessed that Math Vader would have been a leader, just because it's like but.
Yeah, he's the leader of the Death Squadron.
Yeah. Whatever. Leader isn't that big of a deal.
Okay, so Jared loses Rogue
Rogue
One
One.
and Bodhi. Yep. Yeah, it doesn't look like Chris is going to go down to space at all, so I think Jared's like, okay, I can finally get rid of these 2 useless cards.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
there's a Grievous.
Grievous. So he'll just block a drain. He won't battle because he doesn't
Yeah.
have anything to draw destinies with.
Now, Grievous might actually be able to stick around just because,
He's got immune less than 4, and
yeah, and the average destiny of No Idea is pretty low, so.
so now Jared's force training just for. Well, I guess
Three
I just cut it from. That's 4.
or 4.
1 at Scarif, 1 at the docking bay, 2 at the meditation chamber. It was going to be 6 because of the castle, but now that one's covered up.
I like this. Grady, the Death Squadron Assault Squadron is also not a leader. So that version of Vader is not a leader.
That version
Well, I
of
mean,
Vader is also a
that
starship.
version's, yeah. I don't like moving Kyrkanos by himself. I know it blocks drain and everything, but I mean, he doesn't draw Destiny, so he won't be able to get rid of the Ezra. Actually, no, he would be able to draw Destiny. And Decree's out.
Yeah, you can sacrifice Imperial Decree and get a
Yeah.
destiny that way. Yep.
Yeah. Which is not going to be a bad play because.
So now we got the
Doctor-
drains. The drains are down to 2, and he's doing visage damage.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean this one's gonna be
Visage
close
damage-
either way.
yeah.
But that might have turned. That was a good turn for Chris.
Yes. Because Shira won't be able to stick around.
All right, Jared does get 1 back from weapons display. That does help. He gets the Bodhi.
So
back.
Jared's up by 1 right now, which he's then going to be up by 4 after his control phase.
We'll see what Gogolen, if the Gogolen loses from hand. He's got drains of 1 and 1. 1 at Scarif, 1 at the docking bay. All the other drains are covered up.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Sorry.
You're good.
So he's going to be up by 3.
So yeah, we got 9 to
Yeah, they're both
10.
10 to 9.
Both 4 cards in hand.
Yeah, the battle plan. Chris not going to space at all kind of hurt him.
I don't know if we've seen any ships, even stuff
We
that he's
haven't.
lost.
Oh, there's the Vader's anger.
Yeah.
So
He was
I
saving
wonder how
that.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder how long he's had that in his hand. But yeah, he's got to feel confident Jared's not going to be draining at all, or not going to be battling. There goes a Maul from his deck.
Okay. So we lost the Vader's Anger and the Darth Maul EPP. So now we got 8 Light Force to 10. 3 cards for Gogolen, 4 cards for Jared in hand.
I mean, Jared could still battle here just because he hasn't used his Shirud's game text.
That's true. He could put something out.
But he did retrieve, and I want to say he retrieved.
It was Bodhi.
Bodhi.
With weapons.
So he could actually battle, retrieve with Bodhi. And I mean, yeah, he would loot Shirit, but Grievous is stuck over there, so it's not that big of a deal. So, and I think that's what he's going to do here.
Yeah, he recirculates.
That once per game is pretty good.
It can be, for sure.
Yeah.
Allows you to battle when you
Yeah.
didn't think you could have.
Now, I don't want to say I don't. Okay, that's a good move. Lando comes down.
Lando. That's going to get a barrier.
A barrier.
Do you grab that if you're Jared, since you haven't grabbed anything
I don't
yet?
think so. Well, if he grabs it,
He grabs.
but now he gets. Well, if he battles, he won't be able to retrieve and keep Lando there.
Yeah. But I still think this late in the game, it's effectively making him lose one force just by paying a force. I think you almost got to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
So he does battle.
Okay. Still battles.
Oh, that makes him lose two force to weapons display. That's why you battle.
Okay.
But I guess
Yeah.
it's reduced by, so it's just one
It's gonna
because of
it's gonna
decree.
yeah, it's gonna be
Because of
the
decree.
one, but
But that does make him lose an extra force. Every force
yeah,
counts, you
every
know.
force counts.
And then Ezra can clear Kyrkanos, and then he'll sacrifice decree.
And
And
that's it gets us a card off of evac control.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So then
it's not
he'll get to keep your eyes open, or the what is the other card that's on there?
uh
Escape pod. We're
escape
doomed.
pod. So
So
that's a 5.
that's just something he can cycle. So
Yeah. So I mean Ezra's gonna go away. I don't think you retrieve though this turn.
because you had to pay Lando's upkeep,
You have to pay. Yeah.
so you're probably saving for that. Ooh, draws
Oh,
a 6. Nice.
Jaws is 6. So okay, so it wasn't Bodhi. So Bodhi's the okay. So yeah, Bodhi
He
is
paid one
the
to retrieve
bottom card.
Bodhi. Yeah.
That's right.
So Ezra's cleared. Kyrkanos and 1, I think, will be the battle damage for.
Yeah. And Chris is losing extra cards to the. Oof.
All right, so now we'll see. Lando can stay at the meditation
Yeah.
chamber if he pays the maintenance cost. But that would
You got to
mean
think
not moving anybody else, which I guess you don't really need to.
you don't really have
Are you
to.
gonna? Is he gonna battle with Chirrut? Try to clear.
No.
No, because yeah,
No.
he knows the card he has left is Bodhi for Destiny. So he must have known that
Yeah.
that was a 6, and that's why he decided to
I
do that.
well, he was thinking. Either way, I don't think he knew it was a 6. I think it was just he knew it was a card that he could
Yeah.
get rid of here. But the top card of his reserve piles or reserve deck should be Bodhi.
Okay, there's a Mara Jaden ship from hand. Gogolen loses to Visage. So he
Wow.
was holding on to some space this whole game. We weren't sure. We hadn't seen really any space from him.
No, the next card wasn't Bodhi. It was Achilles maneuver.
Oh, weird. I must have had it all backwards then. I'm sure someone in chat knows
We
what
both
it is.
did.
So
Not surprisingly, we both did.
yeah.
So Chris activates. He activates it all. He's only going to have 4 force to work with. He's got 1 card in his hand. This is not looking good for Chris.
Force drain.
You got to think he's going to move Karkin over in front of Lando.
So he doesn't get drained there, yeah. Then they
Loses-
can cancel Visage.
Loses Odin Nestler. He wouldn't be able to move Lando during his control phase, I believe.
No, yeah, not during the control phase, but he'd still be able to cancel the Visage potentially by moving it just during the move phase. Before it would ping.
Yeah. No, he can actually move. Oh no, it is a spy. Okay. Okay. Oh, and he drains at the data vault finally.
So he paid 6 just to ping for 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
But the thing was, Jared he loses all 3 cards from his life. He has 4 cards in his hand.
He must like his hand.
Yeah.
He's saying in chat that the barrier was huge. Jared is. I wonder if he was
I
trying to
agree.
go for some overflow there. You don't see Hunt Down usually run a ton of barriers.
I was gonna say, well, even with the lack of overflow, I mean, how many force did Chris lose?
He lost 1 to the weapons display, and then he
Yeah.
lost the Kyrkanos, and then but there would have been 6 more power in the
Yep.
battle and another Destiny.
So
So
yeah, Chris, I
would have been
think
six.
yeah,
Which
I
would have been
agree
six.
with
He drew a
Grady.
six, and he would have drawn a five. We saw the Antilles winner. So yeah, it would have been crazy. Like it would have been probably game ending.
Yeah, and the Gix in the loss pile. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I agree with Grady. Chris has to think he can't. He's just got to try and do as much damage as he can to make the differential.
Well, yeah. I mean, right now one player has six and one player has seven. So whoever wins this game isn't winning by more than
No, but
five.
Jared's only losing cards from his life force. I don't get it. You know you're going to win. You want to win as much as possible. I don't care what you have in your hand. You're losing cards from your hand at this because you're still doing 2 points of damage and Vis is out.
Yeah, that's true. Now he's got.
So I mean, Chris is going to lose. If Chris, let's see, Chris is losing from his deck, so he's not going to be able to drain this turn.
He lost. Yeah, he'll be able to do one drain if he
No,
has.
because he has to lose for Visage.
All right. Well,
So unless
he
he
has
loses
one
the card
card in
from his,
hand. Yeah.
yeah. So I think if you're Jared, you don't cancel. You just keep it out. Uh, for as much bad luck essentially that Chris has had in this game, he's played it really well.
Yeah, he has played really
Especially
well.
if
He's
he,
gonna if he ends up losing, it's gonna be by five or less.
yeah,
So like, it'll be a manageable differential to try to win with his light side in the
and
next
he
game.
and he gets to play light side now, which I
Right.
know. I know Dark Side has made some progression towards being even.
Oh, he goes corn horn. Cancels Visage that way.
Like now,
And then he's gonna pay one to keep Manlando around, or is he gonna just?
why? Was Lando's not really doing anything.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely interesting.
Well, I mean, with Lando there, he is threat. I mean, Tarkin can't block both his.
Right.
He knows that Chris only has one card in his hand. He's got 4 cards in his life force. I think if you're Chris, you drain and then well, you can't drain and draw up.
Yeah. If you drain, it's either one or the other. You either draw up or you drain.
You
Um,
don't want you don't want Jared to put more cards back in his life force.
I'm pretty sure we know one of the cards in Jared's hand is a Hujix. I'm fairly certain that one of the other cards is,
It's a trap.
yeah, it's a trap. So I was just trying to figure out if maybe that other card is something else that he really wants. But no, he just pays Lando's maintenance costs and puts Corn Horn
Yeah.
out. That's all he did. So he cancels the Visage. Gogolen's got four. He's gonna pay to drain.
There's the drain. Yep. Can't battle. Can't drain battle. So.
Loses a
Ray's gonna stick
Weresong
around.
and a Saw Gerrera. He's losing.
And now he's still losing cards from his life force. Jared, what are you doing, man? Why are you making this game closer than it has to be?
Yeah, because he doesn't need a Hujix. He could just lose a Hujix.
No,
Like, as much as I love Hujix, he doesn't need it
you know,
because he's not gonna battle.
no.
Like, yeah, I just not sure what Jared's thinking with whatever cards he has in hand.
I think he's being a little too cautious. I really want to know what he has. So
I mean, right now he's threatening drain of four. Jared is, and Gogolen has five total cards, four in life force, one in hand. So like anything that Jared could have done to not lose cards from life force this turn would have been a
yeah.
good idea.
Mm-hmm. Well, we know one of the other cards he has in his hand is a escape pod combo.
Really?
So I mean, he could
He
put
could just
that back.
cycle that, yeah. So we're guessing his hand is Hujix, Escape Pod combo, and It's a Trap.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, boys. How are you gonna end this?
It's battles.
He's gonna battle.
It doesn't.
So that was Gogolen battling.
That was Gogolen battle. That puts an extra card back into Jared's hand. Got no destiny. It's got nothing. Yeah. I this makes. No, wow.
Was that the only way that it made sense for Gogolen to use a force? Is that what he wanted to do?
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
So
But he's gonna have to lose
he's
two.
hoping that he's hoping that Jared draws a card here.
I don't know.
Chris
This
could
is
battle into Lando and not draw and hope Jared draws.
what they're saying on the Twitch. Could battle into Lando,
So
not draw, and
he
hope
puts the
Jared
escape
draws.
pod back.
Now he has to keep your eyes open that he pulled off evac.
I'm not. So if anybody in the chat could let us know, like I'm not sure.
He places projection of a
Oh my
Skywalker
gosh!
on used pile with Galen. That gets him an extra force, but then now
Because he
that's a
knows
drain of
that
three.
he knows once that he because Jared knows once this is over and he gets his turn, he's drawing Destiny. So he draws a 3. So I mean that clears Tarkin.
Tarkin covers.
I'm not 100% sure I understand why.
Oh no! You know what? Chris is losing the game here, so that way
Okay.
Jared can't retrieve anything. Maybe? No?
Yeah. That's what he's doing. Oh!
The card in his hand was limited resources.
His hand was limited resources.
That's awesome. Okay, but yeah, basically that makes it so that way he can't retrieve anything. So then Jared just gets a win by 5.
You know what it was? Chris was hoping that he could have played the limited resources. Mm-hmm. That would have done 4 points of damage and won the game for him.
Would have been crazy.
So that's why Jared wasn't. So he got it like. Yeah. This was brilliant by Jared. Okay. That's why he was losing cards from his life force, because he didn't want to get down to 2 or below.
Maybe he knew the limited resources was in play.
He had to have seen it at some point.
Yeah, that's my guess as well. So that was smart play to play.
Good call. Yeah, Adam, I agree 100%. He had to have seen it at some point in Chris's deck. Yes, yeah. Chris. Everybody was wondering. Like Jerry and I were wondering. Okay, so it looks like they are going to play again. They're going to take a 5-minute break. So stay tuned. We're going to go in a little bit of 5-minute break.
We're going to do the same, and then we'll play the next game.
And we'll be back.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. BRB. All right, so we are about to get to the next game of this matchup. So we'll be with you just another minute or two. Just had to grab something to eat there. All right, looks like the table is up. So we should be starting any moment now. I'm guessing Dan is on his way. Oh, hold on. Okay, here we go. Seems like GEMP might be running a little slow right now, but all right, looks like here we go. So we've got lights.
Get
You're back?
you on. Are we on stream?
Yeah, I never turned us off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're back.
Um, so we've got Jared playing Stunning Move, starting Evil is Everywhere, Establish Control, and
I don't know, but we're showing. I'm gonna bet
Decree.
that Chris. Yep, Chris is playing EBO.
Chris is playing Hoth CPV of some kind, probably EBO.
Okay, so for a quick recap, Chris Gogolen played Hunt Down. Jared played No Idea. There wasn't really, there was a few battles. Unfortunately for Chris, he had Maul in two battles. Maul drew zeros for weapon destinies in both battles. One of them was against General Kraken. Baze. He hit Baze, missed Kraken by drawing a 1 and a 0. He then he had Dr. E operated, or no, Jared initiated that battle, wanted to draw the 2. Chris force pushed out of the battle, dropped down Dr. E, operated on Kraken, and basically had control of Scarif most of the game. Chris did have the Cloud City docking bay, but there was a lot of those are really the only two big battles on Scarif. The rest of them were on Cloud City. One of them involved Luke Skywalker V versus Blizzard 4 and Isard. The other ones happened over at the Executor.
All right, I'm gonna add another commentator. Justin from Colorado would like to hang out with us, so we're gonna try to add him on.
Justin Mirashino, friend of the show.
That's right. JagTag.
We got a lot of the friends.
That's right.
JagTag played him up in Indoor in the Constellation event. He's got a mean little legend deck. I stole it and played it in the OCS a couple times. I think I'm actually undefeated with the deck, which makes it's a
Nice.
really good deck. But I kind of like the throne room that I've been playing a little bit more.
Hey, can you
So
guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you,
I
Justin.
can hear you, but we can't see
Probably
you.
not.
We don't seem to
yeah.
have a camera on you, but we can hear you just fine. So
Hey, here we go.
Yeah, but there was a lot of like
Oh,
lot of
that's because I'm not
maneuvering.
currently. I'm not on my computer that has a webcam. If you want it, I can get
no,
it.
no, it's fine. Your voice is fine. We're just tucked down in the corner for this stream anyway. So
yeah. I would say if you want to keep Justin his little orange screen off the off
Just
of
shift
yeah.
me all the way over. That's fine.
yeah, I got you. I'll work on that.
yeah, I think there's going to be a little bit more systems than there was last game where the Hanshui Falcon was able to hold Scarif the entire game. I don't think Chris had a single ship in his deck except for Mara and the Decimator. The one thing was Chris was holding on to the limited resources, like it seemed like the entire game, and Jared was losing cards from his life force. And
Yeah.
Jerry and I were wondering the entire time.
Yeah, we didn't think about the limited resources for sure, but that was a pretty good game. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately, it looks like we got two members of Team High Ground right now versus Team Putz, and it looks like I've got Team
It's a
Putz.
hard card to.
It's a good card to play in match play.
It's a hard card to predict if you didn't see it, and
Yeah. And I definitely want to say that Jared had to have seen it because, like I said, he was peeling cards. And we were just wondering, like, why are you dropping below 5? Why? Come on. So what did Jared end up winning by? Was it 5 or 6?
I think it was 5.
You want to put that up on the
Sure.
down at the bottom?
Working on it.
Jerry has control.
Once in a while.
So Grievous is down. He's got Sidious. They're both sitting at the Sidious's docking bay, the private platform. Now, I wonder what Chris is running around in this matchup. Starts the usual cards for EBO. So got Gerald Donda in his hand. Takes the docking bay and Echo Base Garrison from New Secret Base. He's also got General Riken. I think they played each other in the OCS last month. And apparently Jared won by 10-ish. So, interesting. Will we see a repeat? Will we see a 4 seed upset the 1 seed? So, let's see. So, Jared actually had a nice little path to making the finals. He started off with Gareth. Not sure who that is. Then he played Apoliano. Apoliano, friend of the show, definitely. He's tuned in a few times. Then he had to play Tom Damon. Tom Damon, who has qualified for this year's OCS. I want to say Tom Damon was the last of the. He was actually one of the number 1 seed. Then he had to play Joker King. Joker King, who beat JM. I want to say JM is John Michael. And then he beat Eric Hawbaker, Taco Bill Kafer, who definitely is a friend of the show. Look for Taco Bill to be one of our commentators for the NPC, again, coming up soon. Then he beat Joker King. And then he had to go against the number 1 overall seed, Joe Olsen. Joe Olsen, who's currently undefeated for this month in the OCS, who made it last year, who top 4 at Worlds, who's probably one of the best players who hasn't won Worlds. So that was a pretty big upset.
Yeah,
And
he's won just
sit-
about everything else, but not Worlds for sure. Yeah.
yeah. And now he's sitting here against Chris Gogolen in the GEMPC finals.
So I'm trying to working with Justin to
Oh,
fix some
okay.
audio issues, but I think he's okay.
So Chris drops down Rogue 3 with Solo and Commander Wedge Antilles. So he's got the Destiny. Now, remember, Grievous is immune to attrition less than 6 here. So it's 1 Destiny versus 1. Both are immune less than 6. So right. Jared would have to clear the Rogue 3 before he can move to the Invisible Hand docking bay. So putting a lot of pressure on Jared right now is Chris Gogolen. So smart move.
Yeah, interesting. I don't think I've played much against EBO very much with my stunning move builds, so I haven't really considered that matchup. But it doesn't sound like it'd be great because you're not great in space.
You're not great. Well, I mean, Grievous. So most ASMs are playing Invisible Hand.
Mm-hmm.
You're running Nuke End Rays. You're running Grievuses. You're running
Admiral Trench.
Admiral Trench. So you actually can add a bunch of Destiny. But the thing is, if Chris is playing Whale Explicics, that will limit the amount of Destiny. So, oof, that hurts for Jared. So Chris draws a 5. He draws Lando Scoundrel.
Grievous is immune, but he's got 7 battle damage.
Yeah, so he's got 7 battle damage. So I think if you're Jared, you might peel. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of retrieval, so it's going to be tough. The Droidica version of ASM I like that version better against EBO because you can potentially go down
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if he is going to peel or lose Grievous, because Grievous would cover.
Yeah.
But, like you said.
But losing Grievous this early in the game hurts.
100%.
I mean, Jerry was definitely trying to lose, by draw high enough that he wasn't going to have to lose a bunch of cards, but I think you have to lose Grievous. I really do.
He's considering his options right now.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to peel. He's peeling.
Oh. So let's see. Loses Blockade Flagship, Django, Phantom Menace, Battle Order, Dengar, Cold Feet, and they're still coming through. So I think the important one there was the Dengar.
Yeah, Dengar's good because he shoots vehicles, and
yeah. I mean, the big thing is the vehicles. Let's see. I want to say it's yeah. I mean, they're maneuver 6, so the likelihood of him hitting is slim.
It's low.
But I mean, he does have cards like the Phantom Menace deck, so he could possibly hit the vehicles.
Yeah, or Trade Federation Tactics, and then Dengar shooting at +1 would do it, because that one's a Destiny 6. But yeah, P59 is pretty good at shooting vehicles since he shoots at +2.
No, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't like losing 7 cards this early.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, he is the one who is advantaged here. He has a 5 force lead.
He's only advantaged by 5, though.
Right.
And 5's not a lot of cards. I do like. Yeah.
Hey, Justin's back.
+2.
Hey, there we go.
That's a lot better. We can see your beautiful face
you and stuff now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for switching computers or whatever.
Yeah, I don't really know why that works because this computer's much worse. But what I was going to say before when this all started up was I think I played this matchup against Gogolen. I can't remember if it was OCS or if it was something else. But the SSA, or not the SSA, the stunning move mains against EBO. and that was real bad for ASM.
Yeah, that's what we were
So,
thinking.
Now, obviously, that can change. I mean, if he has tech for the matchup, then it could work out better. Like I was built very much for mains, so the thing is that a lot of the typical things that you might run, like Boba Fett, is a lot worse because you don't have Vader. Tarkin's a lot worse because you don't have Vader. Or actually, Tarkin's not legal, so
Tarkin
don't play
can't
that one. Tarkin's a Destiny 3, I guess, so there's that.
Yeah, I think this is a smart move by Chris's decisions. Now, I don't know if with the GEMPC, if they were locked into decks at the top 4. So Jared would, if they were, then Jared would definitely know that Chris is playing EBO.
Yeah, I'm guessing they were able to change decks between.
Yeah. I mean, on the other hand, if they're locked into decks, knowing that he's on EBO doesn't really change much, I suppose, right?
Because if he's locked in, he's locked in as well. But yeah, and the thing that we saw was Chris Gogolen came down with the speeder and solo and wedge, and then Jared decided to peel 7 to keep Grievous on the table. So that's definitely going to be sort of the big swing so far.
Now, I'm on my phone to watch the stream. Is this Commander Wedge V or is that Squadron Leader?
It's Commander Wedge V. Yeah. So he's the one who can cancel destinies if they draw more than one.
So John Michael has just said in the chat that they were not locked in.
Yeah, that was my guess.
So I'm going to say this. This is smart by Chris. Playing EBO in this matchup, knowing, 1, you're down by 5. And Jared has been playing a lot of ASM, especially with the mains version. I mean, that's really good on Chris. I mean, EBO does put a lot of cards on table, but at the same time, it can win by a lot. I mean, we saw that a couple of years ago in the OCS where Mike Gemp basically blew out Joe Olsen with an EBO deck.
Yeah, EBO is quite good against most of the mains decks, even without Ice Storm. Just because the mains decks aren't built to fight speeders, so it seems like a pretty good call.
And with Commander Wedge and Commander Luke both they're making their speeders plus to maneuver 6. Unless you're drawing multiple destinies.
Commander Luke is honestly one of my least favorite cards. But I don't think draws 2 if unable is text that should be on cards, but that's me. So it's not like I don't play EBO anyway.
So how do you feel about Veers if you're so anti-Luke?
No, I don't like Veers either. Veers at least, there's a little bit of an aside, but Veers at least only grants immunity up to 6 on the Walker and is only forfeit 5. So if you hit 6, if he's by himself, then you clear both. But Luke makes it immunity 6 with Echo Base Garrison, and then if you hit the 6, you kill Luke. But Rogue One is still there. So yeah, I don't know. That's
a good way to put it.
Not my favorite text. Also, Veers can be canceled by a couple things, whereas I don't think there's anything that can cancel Commander Luke's text.
Yeah, not that I can think of. Aside from set first done back to their hand or something like that.
Sure.
So
spreading on the invisible hand.
So I was gonna say he knows that he can't throw down any more speeders to those locations. But I mean, we do know that Chris is playing Lando Scoundrel, so I mean he draws Destiny on his own. So that's one way to get rid of those. I mean, it's in his deck at this point.
Yeah, it's pretty safe though to spread this way because EBO has a very limited ground presence when it can't put speeders out.
True.
So
yeah, I feel like he's pretty safe just sort of spreading to those 2 sites.
But even with
Ray
those,
somebody might come through. But
Ray, I would say maybe like a General Leia. We do know that he plays Solo.
Solo's already out.
But yeah, Solo's out, as you said. I mean, he's going to be able to drain for 2 at the docking bay, and with Jared already down by 7, that 2 becomes even bigger.
Yeah, he would have to pay for that, but he has plenty of life of activation to work with. So
yeah.
Well, then the other tough thing is that one of the ways that mains can beat up on EBO is by getting a fast start and doing early damage, which is not happening here at all.
No.
Chris is probably just going to be able to play EBO next turn.
Yeah, I mean, Jared was probably going for some fast damage, get Grievous down with a lightsaber, drain for 2, move the stunning hostage over, but just that speeder showed up. That was a pretty lucky draw. For
well,
everyone.
I mean, you got to think about it this way though. Chris can, on his opening turn, before he even activates, can get either Wedge or Luke, and if he's got one of those speeders, he can come down with anybody and do what he just did.
Yep.
So I mean,
Well, he does have to pull the Echo Base Garrison with a new.
But I mean, you can do
so
that.
He has to activate first. But yes. Yeah. EBO is surprisingly capable of putting out an attack on the ground with a speeder on turn 1.
Well,
they typically don't, but they can. So
yeah. Well, think about the activation that you're getting with EBO at your opening. You're getting 6 force off yourself. Opening hand, or your opening turn, or no, you're getting 7. I'm sorry, that's insane. But Gerald, I mean, you're giving up 2, so 7 to 2. That's crazy. So I mean, most EBOs will try and set up EBO, so they'll drop down like their guys to the Echo Base sites. Why do that when you could easily do stuff like this? I mean, I've seen people go down Commander Luke, to the docking bay and then or move him over so you can get down to the 4th marker.
Yeah.
EBO has a lot of potential in its opening turn. I mean, heck, you could even go up to space on your opening turn, get Haven out, drop a bunch of things to the Haas system, and then boom, you're set.
So here comes the EBO with Radis, Dodonna, and Riken. All of the rebellion leaders getting thrown around.
It's interesting to see Gogolen do it this way, because I seem to recall in his game review series, he typically likes to put the Echo Base corridor between the docking bay and the war room.
Now, this is the right play to do it. And the reason is this way you make sure that they have to go through your guys at the war room to get to that 5th site. So that way they can't. It makes it a little bit harder for them to cancel EBO.
If I had $1 for every time I've seen EBO get canceled, I would have like $1.
It's possible.
I did do it the other week, but in fairness, he was playing like no virtual cards EBO. So
yeah, I mean, and the thing I don't like about EBO is the +1 that it costs to move into the 1st marker and then out of the 1st marker.
Yeah.
That makes it so much harder to kill it. And
I mean, it's especially true out of a deck like ASM, where I guess you're allowed to play walkers, but you wouldn't usually.
Wouldn't, yeah.
Because you can't play any of the good Imperial pilots. Like you can play Blizzard 4, but you can't pull anything with it.
You might be
and the walkers are the way that I have done it in the past with like Ralops and stuff, where you move your walker into the 1st marker. Like I did that in the Nebraska regionals or the Nebraska
Bothawai regionals.
Bothawai regionals, where the garrison and Darth Vader, Emperor's Enforcer sat on Blizzard 4 and drained for 4 at the 1st marker. But that's a lot easier to do with a walker.
Yeah.
Because you only have to pay the movement once.
True.
Once you're having to pay 2 for every guy that you move inside, that becomes a lot less tenable.
Exactly. And I think it makes it a little bit unfair. I mean, EBO, yes, you're going to put a lot of cards on the table. Yes, it lost the Ice Storm protection, but at the same time, that +1 movement just slows you down to the point where why cancel it? I mean, it makes it to the point where no deck can actually cancel it. So it has to have. You have to be able to fight in space, especially at Hoth.
I'll say the one caveat to that I would say is that I think the Hoth walkers, either CRV or SSAV, I think that deck can tango with EBO.
Now, I agree.
That deck can cancel EBO by blowing up the 1st marker.
Yeah.
But you have to have all the stuff to blow up the mark.
You do, and the thing is, I think the deck can do that. I haven't really seen many builds that I've liked that are set to do it. But you can prepare for a surface attack V, which gets you all the pieces. Then the main trouble is you have to float the target the main shield generator, which is not a good card to float.
No.
But
I mean, we learned watching last game what happens when you float zeros. Now, but the thing is, you're teching for a specific deck.
Sure.
So that's going to water you down against so many other decks.
I mean, the other advantage that the Hothwalkers has, even if you're not talking about canceling EBO, is it blocks them from deploying the 4th marker.
Right.
Because you start the 5th marker on the table, so then there are no battleground sites on Hoth.
That's true.
And then it becomes very difficult for EBO, where Hothwalkers can completely ignore simple tricks, which I think is dumb, but it can. So
now I will say I would love to see like a Walker objective. I don't know if you guys played in Legacy. I like those two objectives.
Yeah, the Walker objective back in Legacy was pretty neat.
Yeah, that objective plus the speeder objective was really fun. I would love to see something like that again. Not as powerful as it was, especially when it first came out, but something to that effect.
Yeah, there's definitely some design space there. They can maybe virtualize that objective or virtualize the epic event and make it a little more easy to pull off, but less damaging when it goes through or something.
So it looks like to me that we just had Jared.
He just drained.
Yeah, he just drained across the board. So, I mean, Chris just had to lose 5 cards, but no, he lost.
He paid 6 to drain for 3. That's what he did. Yeah. 2 at the one site and 1 at the other one.
Yeah. But now Chris gets to drain for free. So, I mean, and we saw last game what happens when people drain for free.
Yeah, he's draining 2 and 2.
And speaking to the point you made a little while ago, Dan, I kind of imagine that that Jared did his aggressive play on turn 1 with the Grievous and the Saber, expecting Chris to just do the normal EBO setup on turn 1.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, to your point, it is definitely a thing to watch out for, that EBO can come down at you pretty aggressively if you don't have an enormous force on turn 1, which is hard to do on turn 1. So,
yeah,
I will say the one thing that ASM has in this matchup that Jared is doing well is that it can satisfy resistance pretty safely.
Yeah.
Because it's really, it's very difficult for EBO to actually clear those 3 interior battlegrounds. So.
Yeah, and I mean, we just saw Chris initiated a drain of 3 at the docking bay. I mean, I know it's a drain of 2, so he just loses 4 cards because of that first turn play by Chris.
Yeah, I mean, and he's already down to like 20 life force. You know, he's got a big 11 card hand. You know, but like
and where Chris has 29.
Right, and and is draining for 4.
And is draining for 4. Exactly. So
now, Gogolen was the higher seed, right?
Correct.
Okay. I wanted to say, because it had occurred to me in thinking about strategizing for the GEMPC, and it occurred to me too late to execute it myself before I got knocked out. But I actually think in the current environment, maybe a little less so with set 12, but certainly pre-set 12, I think it was better to start Darkside.
Yes, I agree.
Because if you start, especially since you weren't locked into decks early on, if you start Darkside, you know how much you need to win by. So you know you can play a deck like No Idea, or you can play a deck like Diplo if you only need to win game 2.
Right.
Whereas if you lost with your Darkside by 12 or something, then you kind of have to play like Throne Remains.
Yeah,
but,
and
because Lightside has so many options and so many good options, having that flexibility, I think, is the more powerful choice.
Because I
agree 100%. I wish I would have done the same thing. I started with a Diplo and I got.
Don't get me wrong. I say that having chosen to play Lightside first in both of my rounds. So, but
I was gonna say I didn't even make it out of the first round because I played Speed Diplo, the one that Joel Olsen played. I want to say at Worlds and everything, and I got matched up with a scum with no guts or anything in my deck, so I got blown out hard.
Yeah, that it could be tough.
So Chris just drains. He just throws down Strike Force, and he draws up. And he did again. He doesn't have to really do anything. He's showing drains of 4 on his turn. I mean, and he doesn't have to pay.
This will be a big turn from Jared because he's got 6 saves.
Yeah.
He's got a 10-card hand. Whatever he's got, he's gonna sort of maybe have to get it going this turn. So we'll see.
I mean, Chris has just a Corvette and Radis over there.
Yeah, but one must assume that there's at least 2 react ships. Like, there's probably 2 or 3 react ships in the deck, so there's almost certainly one in hand.
Yeah, Spiral.
Yeah, he's got the
Red 8.
Spiral or the Red 8.
Yeah, Spiral or Red 8 are both free, I believe, right now. They would both be free at Hoth.
Yes. Yes. If they replace a react, yes.
I think Tycho would still cost 1.
But he has 11 saved, so I think he's.
Oh. He can react a little then.
Just a little.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw that, I think, in the OCS playoff that you were talking about. I seem to recall Darkseid came down against like a lone Lightside ship, and there were 2 react ships, and then 12 more ships on Lightside's turn after that.
Yep.
So
that was the Mike versus Joe semifinals a couple of years ago, and like I said, I want to say Mike had like 3 or 4 destinies, and he had like 50 power. And it was just insane.
Like 47 overflow.
That was when that was when Mike Gem won the OCS the first year.
No, he lost to Justin Desai.
Or yeah,
he played Justin Desai.
Yeah, he was in it.
And come on, I was gonna say when you got Justin and Mike in the finals, come on. I mean, I know Justin has said multiple times he wishes that Mike would have won, but I mean, they both played a really fun match from what I remember.
I mean, if Desai wishes that his opponent had won, he had a way to do that. So I don't know.
I mean, they're teammates, so
yeah. I get it.
It's a win for KTOD, and that's what matters.
Right.
Yep.
The domination continued.
So we got a force push from Jared. So I mean, he's just now got 1 more force.
I mean, P59's in the lost pile. I don't think there's anything else that I can really see coming down that would help him.
I think the question here is what space Jared has, because like getting to space and satisfying battle plan seems like, or battle order, I guess in this case, seems like the main way that he can get back into the game. It's so risky to go to space against EBO though. So
especially when he's got a 12
like
card hand.
I almost wonder if he's force pushing for like small Sith infiltrator. And
he comes P60 who could shoot and +2. So P60 shoots at +2 and makes your opponent lose 1 for hitting. P59 shoots at a +1, your opponent loses 2.
I think my stream is frozen because I don't see that.
Let me make sure everything is fine on my.
I was going to say, I've got Jared took a little while, but I'm actually watching on GEMP.
I should just do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so P60's out and is joined by Lord Maul with lightsaber.
So
that's interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, okay, that's actually a good play. So we know that Jared has a 5, a 1, and a 2 in his deck. Maul's going to add 1 to whatever he draws for Battle Destiny.
And the best character ever, EPP Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
He adds a Destiny win with Han, guys, and he is currently against Han.
Yes, you are correct.
Power 5, forfeit 3, or deploy 5, forfeit 3.
So this might actually get.
Oh no, he's a 5. Never mind.
Night.
Well, because he can also because he shoot at vehicles.
He can shoot it. No,
he just shoots at
Boba
characters.
Fett can't, but P60 can. And he shoots at a +2. So we know that Jared has a 5 and a 1 and a 2. So if he doesn't draw the 5 for weapon destiny, he draws it for battle destiny at this. So he's going to get, and I would actually rather draw it for weapon or for battle destiny. Actually, either way, he's clearing the vehicle.
Well,
and everybody on it.
Commander Wedge though can cancel this. The
second destiny
if he draws 2 destinies. So
yeah, so I would probably rather hit the damn thing. But that doesn't look like that's going to happen because he draws a Darth Maul.
Cancel 1. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he had to have hit the thing.
Yeah, he needed to hit it.
Draws the one.
There was a 33% chance. It was
Yeah,
5-1-2.
you're right. I forgot all about that game
So
tip.
now he's gonna,
Justin.
yeah, now he's gonna draw 2 Battle Destinies, but the 5's gonna get canceled. So this doesn't do
Yep.
anything that Jared wants it to do because he didn't hit the boat, and he's not gonna draw enough to clear it. Might outpower him a little bit, but not by a ton, honestly.
Yeah, you can lose. You can lose solo, and then honestly, I mean,
And just
Chris
put
could
Luke on
easily
there or
he could.
something.
I was gonna say, or he could docking bay transit on his turn over to the Hoth docking bay, and then set up the drain over at the 4th marker.
I
Okay,
actually
so
feel like the
he
better
plays
option.
he plays Dark Time, so the Battle Destiny draws cannot be canceled. So he is going to draw the.
Okay.
Okay. I actually feel like the better option is to docking bay transit up to the invisible hand, because then you're just right on a battleground.
Yeah, or that.
That would work too.
But yeah, the vehicle is going to be lost after this.
Yeah, because if Dark Time makes it so Battle Destinies can't be canceled, then he should get enough.
But Maul's not going to. He's not going to add his +1.
The vehicle,
yeah,
he'll just have 6 attrition, so he'll just lose solo. Like he won't have to lose the boat.
That's true.
Yeah, he really wanted to hit with P59 or P60. Because then the boat's definitely gone. Yeah, he just total Battle Destiny a 7. That's solo's forfeit. So.
Yeah, he draws a 2.
I guess he's down by quite a bit of power here. It's 21 to 11. Oh, he's gonna redraw and take.
He can't.
Tyke.
He can't.
Oh yeah.
No, he can. Dark Time doesn't allow, or Dark Time allows redraw.
Yeah, Dark Time. Okay, so Dark Time will allow that. So
Oh,
he gets
it does?
Tycho
Okay.
with.
Yeah.
He plays
4. So
yeah, plays the Interp with solo because he knows he's gonna get solo's gonna lock.
I mean, he's got to lose solo in 1.
That's not too bad.
No. Loses Boba Fett. That's I like the loss of Boba Fett here. Oh wow, we got quite the audience. Glad to see everybody who's watching us on this Saturday morning, spending Saturday with Dan and Queso
And Justin.
and Justin. Well,
We had- we had different
actually,
Justins.
we
In the
had two
morning we
Justins.
had Justin Branch, and now we have Justin Miyashiro. So
Yeah, I was reflecting that I'm like, at best, the 4th or 5th best Justin who plays this game, which is kind of bizarre.
hold on. You got Justin Branch,
mean,
Justin Desai.
Desai, Branch, and Karuli were the 3 that came to mind ahead of me, and I'm sure
No,
there's
I
one
think
more.
you're better than Karuli.
I think you're about the same, or in the Kuruli's ballpark.
Well, okay,
I'm
you know
not
what,
going to
I'm
say
gonna say
anything on any of that.
The problem with Karuli is, I mean, he does go to Worlds. He does do. I mean, him and Matt actually did really well in the last 2 Worlds. Both made it into the playing games. So, I mean,
Justin's on the rise.
Justin, yeah, both Justins are on the rise. I would say you and Karuli are neck and neck. I think
You definitely play a lot more than Karuli does.
Online.
Yeah.
Karuli.
I mean, right now, everyone plays a lot online. So.
I think Karuli has better, like, teching partners, like playing partners, because he's got.
I see how it is.
Just low key
I mean,
stat.
your best
hitting Jerry right here. That's
I was gonna say your best teammate is Jerry.
Your best teammate's like a pothead and stuff. So yeah, I get you.
No, well, Jerry doesn't play.
I mean, now you're just sniping on all the Colorado guys.
No, I'm not. Jerry did. I'm going to say Jerry doesn't play. Jerry, how many OCS games have you gotten in so far this year?
This year?
Is it 3?
3?
I'm to 20.
All
Get on my level.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
So with Gogolen with a full hand here,
Yeah.
I wonder if we're going to see Commander Luke now.
Yeah, we have to. I want to say he's grabbed them by now with the Echo Base Garrison.
or drew into him.
Yeah.
He's got a 19 card force
All right.
pile. It's kind of crazy.
So, Jared did leave the 5 on top.
Yes.
It should be 5-4 on top, I believe, right now. Not that that second one matters, I guess, but
Okay, so Chris has a 1 and a 4. That's the one thing is EBO doesn't have the best destinies just because it plays a lot of starships, and starships don't have really high destiny. So I'm wondering what that 4 is. Maybe it's the
Leadership, probably leadership.
I was thinking either the leadership or maybe the Jedi Lev.
Yeah, we saw him play that last turn.
Yeah.
So one of the things I saw out of EBO lists in the past, which I don't know if it's still as true with the reduction, with the errata to the map weapons and whatnot, was EBO very commonly played Corrin and Anakin for the purpose of making the speeders maneuver 6 or 7 to make it impractical to hit them with anything.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would still be something that Gogolen has in his list.
Yeah, I could
it's
see
very
that.
possible,
I could
but-
see Corrin for the undercover spy protection at least, as well as the.
I mean, the undercover spy thing doesn't really matter out of EBO. Like, they're blocking a drain of 1 most of the time if they put your undercover spy at the 4th marker. You don't really care about that.
That's.
I
Fair.
mean, it would be a drain of 2 wedges there, but
Sure.
yeah,
I
the big thing
believe
about
as long as
EBO
you're
is
satisfying at the fourth marker, wedge can drain 1 at the 1st marker. So
Yeah.
yes.
So yeah, I mean, the undercover spy thing, protection is a thing, and Corrin just being a spy to, threaten to go at a Twix is nothing either. But
I mean, I've seen a lot of people play Corn, Horn, and Ship as well.
Yeah.
Stop the Starship weapons, because I mean those were popular for a while. I mean, people are still running laser cannon batteries.
Yeah.
I mean, I know with Riken, your capitals can't be targeted, so I mean, still try and shoot down like your gold leaders and gold 1. I think at this point, though, we're going to see Gogolen try and go to Korlag as well.
Spread
Because
out.
he's got
that seems pretty likely.
he's got Radis on the Corvette. He's got a Mon Calamari Admiral on the Profundity. So,
Well, the other thing is now that Jared's consolidated all of his stuff at the site where the Insidious prisoner is, it's possible for Gogolen to docking bay transit over and only take a drain of 1 there. That's a little risky though, because then it would potentially let him flip if he follows. So.
Well, the Maul with lightsaber does add 1 to the drain also.
Yeah, but Insidious prisoner blocks all but 1 loss.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yep.
So
he'd
be draining for 3 and causing loss of 1.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. So moves the Profundity over. So he's got both systems just with 1 ship. But like you said, Gogolen's probably got a handful of reacting ships.
Well, yeah, and Gogolen can also reinforce. I mean, he's looking for his Luke in the speeder. I'm pretty sure he is.
I assume he must be looking for the speeder, because he can kind of find Luke whenever he wants, because you can use Echo Base Garrison before you activate it. So if you know...
Yeah, I'm guessing he could be also Luke.
Or it could be looking for like a control tunnel vision. Find the speeder. Yeah, that's got to be what he's doing at this point, because because we know that Jared's going to docking bay transit flip, and once Luke comes down, I would feel pretty confident.
I kind of suspect actually that what happened there, I don't actually know that I think Gogolen is digging for anything there. I think he's probably just drawing up to have his full hand. But I would imagine he probably has Commander Luke here, but knows that Jared had a 5 on top to shoot down one of the speeders.
Yes.
So it's probably more worth it to wait for him to do this activation, see if he can actually just use all his force and get set up again to have a Destiny tract. And if he doesn't, then you can battle.
So Jared is going to drain at the platform.
He also probably didn't want to draw a total of 5 on 2 Destinies. That's also probably a thing.
Goes to add 1 with the Dark Jedi lightsaber. Add 1 with Lord Maul. And...
With 4 slots limited to 1. Loses
I like Jared
Obi-Wan.
saying in chat. He's just making sure that that's how it works.
I mean, it's always good to test it. I mean, not 100%
Yeah.
sure. Okay. Okay.
I thought losing Obi-Wan was interesting, but I guess Maul's on the table now, so
Yeah.
Sith Infiltrator's not really an option now.
Yeah, you can
And
just
I haven't seen a lot of the Stunning Moves decks run Sith Infiltrator. I mean, I haven't seen Sith Infiltrator in a little while, outside of like maybe a Hunt Down.
It would honestly be pretty unusual out of a deck like this.
Maul's kind of your
although
tank, so
he's using Lord Maul with lightsaber rather than Lone Hunter, so
yeah, that is true. And I saw an EPP Maul in his, like a regular, double swing Maul in his deck as well. He drew it for Destiny.
So Jared has a 2 and a 4 on his. Jared does drain again.
He's just trying to push damage through, but I think Chris has this one where he can win by 6 because that's what he needs to do. Is win by 6.
Yeah, he's getting down to where the only thing that he could afford to do is pay to drain.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes P59.
Is that a second
P59's not. No, that's P59. P60's on the platform.
No, but I thought you said he lost one earlier. So is this
yes,
second?
yes, this would be the second one. We might see Gunray move over.
To hit here?
No, he wouldn't hit.
He only has TS2 4.
Right, 4 would hit.
No.
Oh no, it's not. No one. Sorry, I was looking at land speed.
No. So what he might do is move the Gunray over, so it could draw 2 Destiny.
But you don't want to draw 2 Destiny against Commander Wedge.
Because then he just cancels one anyway. Yeah, so I mean that thing is maneuver 6, so he needs to draw a 6.
And you can cancel whichever one you want. You can you get to I think you get to see both of them and then cancel whichever one you want.
So he's just gonna docking bay transit over, flip.
No,
and
I don't think you do. I've had that happen in GEMPC before, and it didn't give me the option of both, but yeah, he just moves over, looks through his force pile. It's going to take the Sith Fury. I think Gogolen actually would lose cards, so he doesn't. Oh, okay, so he does allow him to take it in hand, and there's the move of the Gunray.
He's going to stack that site.
So this interestingly leaves resistance in question now.
Yeah.
I'm still satisfied, but he could clear. It's
still satisfied, but Commander Luke could easily come down against Grievous.
That's what I was thinking. Well, no, she's interior. He does have, like we said earlier, he does have Lando Scoundrel in his deck, so maybe Lando Scoundrel against Aura Singh and then Hojik Singh out of the battle. But I think it's more likely that we'll see like a Commander Luke comes down to the Grievous and get rid of Grievous.
I mean, leaving 3 Destinies leaves the possibility of both of those plays.
Yep.
True.
Because any Destiny that Lando draws will kill Aura Singh.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna do some drains.
So not that Jared wouldn't be able to then satisfy resistance again afterwards, but it would put pressure on making him do that.
He's got a 4-card hand though, so yeah, I mean, he'd have to move some characters.
Yeah, and Jared just lost hidden weapons from his hand and invisible hand from his deck. And
he's
then
not going to space.
No escape as well.
He's not going to space this game.
I really don't think he's going to be.
I don't think there's a way
this game's not.
He can lose this by 4
win.
or less, or 5 or less.
No.
EBO's just
unless he magically gets in a random beatdown.
Yeah, I don't see Gogolen walking into anything like that. Here comes Dash with row 12.
Dash.
Maybe it's not Commander Luke then.
Maybe it's just Poe and it's
Hera. But she doesn't do anything except for add for power.
No, well, she has 3 ability, so that they're drawing a Destiny here.
Yeah.
And now
there's the Rogue One.
And Luke.
Dash and Rogue 12 awkwardly does not combo well with Commander Luke.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, drawing the 2 for dash counts as your
2
if unable, so you don't actually get 2 destinies. Which I assume Gogolen knows. So I presume he will not be using Dash's text here.
No.
Also, the invisible hand going probably leaves him pretty secure that he no longer needs to keep up the react chips to protect the profundity.
So he can start just ditching them.
Well, or more like so he can use all of his force here. Because it's going to be 1 to battle, and then I believe 2 to shuttle away from the invisible hand docking bay. Oh no, it's going to be 3. So I guess it could be 2 to shuttle up to the invisible hand.
It says free if Palpatine's present.
Well, Palpatine's not present though. The Insidious Prisoner is not Palpatine.
Yeah, that's right. In Legacy, it was Palpatine. The Insidious Prisoner.
Yeah.
So I'm still getting used to that.
But in Legacy, it was
because
also
Palpatine has the worst multiple personality disorder in our game here.
He's like
just
3
wait.
different.
I was going to say, wait until we get the 4th one.
You can have Emperor Palpatine and Death Sidious beat up on Senator Palpatine at the Senate. Like that's a real bad play, but you can do it.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Like they'll have a combined power of 0 against his politics of 4, but
they'll draw Destiny.
yeah, but they won't be immune. So.
But they still have high forfeits. You're only losing 1.
Oh, or he's just going to do this. That's interesting. I guess when he did verify, so maybe he saw his destinies weren't good enough to crack Grievous, because Grievous is immune 6. So.
Yeah,
and he had like a 2 and a 4 or something like that. Okay, so he moves Dodonda over as well and puts him onto the Rogue 3. So now I want to say that the speeder can still move for free. Oh no, it docking bay turns it. So
yeah, the speeder moved, so she shouldn't be able to.
But yeah, during his next turn, the speeder should be able to move free.
So now we got Jared's turn. I don't know. Things are looking pretty tough for him. I don't really see what options he has.
Yeah.
He can drain for
6 to. Well, he gets to do a ping damage with stunning move now, or a valuable hostage.
So he
now.
could, he could get 3 damage in, and plus he also gets to look for a card from his force pile.
I kind of agree with you at this point now, Dan, that I don't know what he's getting that's going to be threatening. Like, it's almost better for Gogolen to just make him take a damage by taking a card into his hand from his force pile.
Yeah.
Because he can't battle here, because he didn't leave any.
Well, where would you battle? I mean, you're not battling with Grievous because you run the risk of Grievous getting off the table.
Right.
P60 and P59 are all the way over on the Abyssal Hand. It's going to take them 1 turn to just move over, then run away again. Yeah, I don't see really what Jared could do outside of
he's just forced
draining here. I mean, he is doing a drain of 2 at the docking bay.
Oh, well, on Coruscant. Okay, yes.
I guess there's a empty site that we need shown. Okay. Can we zoom out? I mean, it looks good to me, but
I mean, I'm watching it on GEMP, so I don't know.
Yeah, I got the Twitch stream up, but yeah, there's looks good to me, John Michael. I can see all the sites and stuff.
There should be 4 invisible hand sites.
Yeah, everything's on screen. I was just messing around with it. Everything's.
Oh, Jerry, click off of the. What were you saying, Justin?
Oh, Jared's saying that he can't do the ping damage because none of his 4 characters with the invisible hand have the Separatist icon.
Oh.
So he's going to have to shift Grievous over in order to get the Separatist icon to do.
Okay, so yeah. I mean, Nuke Gunray should have it.
Yeah, probably. Since he's Nuke Gunray V anyway. Yeah, he probably should.
Just click on the one. Yeah. Jerry, click on you got the one site maximized, the observation entrance. If you can click off of that. No, Jerry, stop.
I've got it. You're fine.
I'm just watching on GEMP, so I have no idea what you guys are messing with.
Jerry's like, shifting everything.
Well, see, I thought you guys said that there was a site that you couldn't see on the screen, so I thought we needed to adjust it left or right, and then I figured out what you were talking about. Sorry. I'm not perfect. I just claim to be.
So
I was gonna
Jared's
say,
spreading out a little to well, setting up a big force at the docking bay
I was
here.
gonna say, why didn't he have the insidious prisoner move? Oh, okay, that's why.
Yeah, because he wants to have Grievous with the prisoner.
Yeah. I mean, he'll be able to do 4 damage if he pays for it.
Which I don't know why he wouldn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's gonna take 4 damage. He's only got 10 cards left in his life force.
I believe he's going to take 5 damage. It's Commander Luke.
No. Oh yeah, you're right.
Commander Wedge can still drain for 1 at the docking bay.
Yeah, you can still drain there because he gets the +1.
Yeah, and then he's gonna move it over next turn anyway. So
he's getting another system to do another drain of 2 because there's
Oh.
no way that Jared has any space left.
Yeah.
I mean, unless he's got one of those reacting Trade Federation chips.
Well, he lost one of those early on in the 7 overflow at the beginning of the game.
True.
So.
I mean, he might run like 2 of them.
Yeah, that one could be worth running 2 of. Yeah, but.
But even if he had it, I mean,
he wouldn't deploy it at this point. Yeah, it's just.
So there goes Maul and Afra.
I just don't see any way that Jared can lose this game by 5 or less. Like, he's gonna.
Okay, there goes Dooku and Sense. So I mean, he is losing cards from hand.
Yeah, but it's 16 to 10, and just the drains, man. These drains.
He's saving 2 copies of limited resources in hand to get him back.
Wouldn't that be great?
I would love to see it. That's what I'm sorry, but that's like one of my favorite plays is to play that card.
You would do that, wouldn't you?
Yes.
No, I like limited resources as well. I play it in like Dark Side Senate decks a lot.
I'll tell you what, anytime I go to the NPC, I take a stack with me. Just in case for any time I actually play it on somebody, I'll have them sign it just for kicks.
You're so rude.
Oh, come on. I love little things like that. Like, for me, half the fun of going into the NPC and everything is getting people to sign cards.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Did I? Oh no, that was an end. I was like, did I sign something when we played? I don't think I did.
Maybe.
Green Squadron A-Wing to Jakku.
Check. Now you got me thinking about that, Justin. Thanks. Yeah, actually, one of my many, many binders is my special, like, memorable Star Wars stuff binder. Let me think. It was my TTO versus your Legend.
Mm-hmm.
So, see if it's hard.
Was that the crazy TTO deck, the silly one?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I love that deck.
That was sadly not the game in which the Death Star got blown up.
No, but that was with.
So Luke and Dash move both
One
in
of the
front
Endor
of
guys.
Grievous, and then Wedge with Dodonna moves out to the North Ridge. So, I mean, Gogolen's got drains of 2, 4, 6, 8. Like, it's just insane.
2, 4, 6, 8, and blocking the drain of 2 at the docking bay.
I mean, you still got the drain of 2 in the hallway.
2 in the hallway, and 1 in the other 2 sites.
I mean, Jared can just barely pay for all of his drains now, if he wants to.
Seems
gonna be the last turn in which he can pay to drain for 4.
That's true. But, I mean, Gogolen has 8 cards in hand, so, like, you gotta imagine at this point there's stuff in there he knows he's not gonna need.
He has 8 cards in hand and a Walkling he has not used.
True.
Nice. Yeah, Greedy. I've got a bunch of them. Signed cards. I got one from Jan. That's just great. I think one of my favorite one though right now is the Blizzard 4 John Anderson card I got.
So one of his cards?
Well, no. I actually got him to sign a Blizzard 4,
nice.
And he like decorated it all, and it's like looks really cool.
That's pretty
But
rad.
yeah,
So,
getting re-arted cards and signed cards are always like, if anybody gets me something for like the gift exchange, those are like the perfect thing.
so the
It, it could be
could
worse
be
rubbing it in.
worse. Yep, that's rubbing it
Yep.
in there. He drained for 2, and then Gogolen just it could be worse. Is it? Jared's forced to grab that. Doesn't activate enough to drain or to do his other force drain. So he's gonna ping 1 with Grievous being with Insidious Prisoner. Um, but I mean, at this point, Gogolen's just gonna drain him out next turn, essentially. So
Yeah. I mean, he'll still be able to do that ping of 1 each turn, but
he's gonna get 2 more turns at
Yeah.
most. This turn and then like 1 more turn.
Yeah, like Jared took Dr. E into hand with a valuable hostage, but
Not gonna be able to deploy him.
yeah, not gonna be able to deploy him. There's no reason for Gogolen to care at this point about it. So
I mean, he could. Okay.
Looks
Yep.
like
Jared realizes it. Jared is going to concede. So congratulations to Mr. Chris Gogolen
Congrats,
on your
Gogs.
win, GEMPC.
Very nice.
Very nice. Good finish by Chris. Smart deck choice. He saw that Jared has been playing the new ASM with Evils Everywhere and all those fun cards. So
yeah, that was pretty fun. Thanks, guys, for joining me for this commentary. Thanks to you, Dan, Justin, and Justin Branch earlier. Yeah.
Thanks for having me and let me join in on this.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. It's always good. Stay tuned.
And I guess.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say stay tuned for Monday for our GEMPC winner, not consolation finalist, winner, Mr. Chris Gogolen.
Yep. So he'll have his show on Monday, and we'll have Holo Theater on Wednesday. And
it was just because you bet against him on Thursday.
There you go.
You know what? I didn't bet against him.
You kind of. I think it was a swing and a miss, and it's a hit. I think it was a swing and a miss for you. But anyways,
that he was going to win?
Yeah, I think that was one of my questions from last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was one of your questions, and I don't remember what I said. Actually, you know what? It is coming back to me.
That shows how aware we are when we make Holo Theater. But anyways, I got to get going. But thanks, guys, for joining me and hanging out with us today. Renew your subscriptions if you need to, and we'll have the NPC bracket out very soon. That might be its own show, or maybe we'll have that on Holo Theater. We haven't figured that out yet, but stay tuned. May the force be with you.
Yep.
Adios.